の仕事を選んで正解だったな。
I'm going to redo that one, okay? I'm going to redo that one. We're pretending this didn't happen. Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I hope you're ready for some more Genshin Impact. There we go. This time I didn't screw it up. Actually, let's pretend the first time didn't happen, okay? First time didn't happen. Also, welcome Cernio. The only one in so far. Wait, why are you first? Oh no. What was I doing last time? Yeah, it's righto. I've been grinding a little bit. I've been doing a little bit of the events, current event, because the fuck are those doing off it? Never mind, we're going inside.
この店は私が小さかった頃にパパと何回か来たことがあるんだ。でも、大きくなってからはあんまり来てなくてね。
I've been doing some grinding.
口に合うといいんだけど。心
I
配すんな。それにおいらたち、こういうレストランで食べるのって久しぶりだから、すっごく楽しみだぜ。じゃあ注文してくるから、ちょっと待ってて。
I actually managed to grind quite a bit. I did some of the event quests that weren't like... I kind of wish I hadn't, because like, the first one was literally a Stoffier's quest. And oh my god, it was so good, so bad, and so good at the same time. Like, it's literally like, oh, we're gonna have a battle of making food. But the other party is cheating. Okay, great. Oh, do you not have any pride as a chef? Okay, then it turns out she didn't cheat. But the person on your team who accused her of cheating by what's it called? Blackmailing her into like blackmailing the person into your on your team to like ruin your own fucking cake. It is like, okay, and then it turns into a fucking murder mystery. How did we go from, oh, the head chef is kind of a dick. Now we're gonna do like a battle of, we're gonna have food wars. How did it turn from that into, well, your ancestor lied about my ancestor, and my ancestor actually didn't murder your ancestor, which means your ancestor is evil. And it's like, God fucking damn it! What the fuck? Also, thank you for my hydrate! Arigato! Now protect, now attack. Now he's not strong. Also, I already solved who I am going to raid today. So long as he doesn't end her stream before. Because I really would like to raid Kudogu. Kudogu is having their birthday stream. And it's also doubling as a re-debut. So if you could, I would be really happy to go over to Good Doggo and just give her a view. Just give her a view. Let more people see her. She's an amazing streamer. She has such good energy. Just such idle dog energy, you know. Really nice YouTuber. Birthday raid? Yeah! We're gonna do a birthday raid so long as she doesn't end before me. Because she started... let's see, she started over an hour ago. I'm going to give her a shout out. So if you could please like go follow her, give her a view. Why did you give me another hydrating? I just finished hydrating. Hold on. Also, shout out. Good. So good. There. So please go give him a follow if you haven't already. Keep them in your web browser for a little. Let them have a nice birthday stream. Men, now for not wanna drink? I did drink. There we go. It's a thing, good dogger's birthday is just 1 week before mine. Not even a full week, just like 6 days before mine. What a coincidence! Why is so many people having their birthdays near mine? It's amazing. Do you know what would be fun? On my birthday, I'm gonna search for like... I should search for like any VTuber who shares the birthday with me, who's going to stream at that time, and I'm gonna shout him out. But yeah, I also don't know if I will be streaming next Sunday, because next Sunday I will be celebrating my birthday. My birthday is actually on Saturday, but I'm celebrating once with like my parents, and the day after with other close people I'm close to, you know. I only started Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Just this and the DLC in this series is done. Nice. Oh, I need to get back into that one. It will be nice to not stream 100 hours of Xenoblade each month. Whoops. Sadly, due to the lack of major launch titles for Switch 2, I can keep working on my backlog. What do you mean lack of major launch titles? Goodness sake! They're literally like... Okay, they're shoving Breath of Wild and Tears of a Kingdom onto the Switch 2, giving them like a glow up. So if you haven't played those, definitely fucking recommend those if you're getting a Switch 2. Then you have like the new Mario Kart game. There's also... let's see, Rune Factory, I think, was gonna get a Switch 2 version. Because it was delayed, so it's gonna be released on the fucking Switch 2 release. I already played them. Well then, you can play them again, because fuck you, go play them. Again. They're replayable. Also, I can't wait to see how Breath of the Wild would run on the Switch 2. Rune Factory is not a Nintendo franchise. Who the fuck cares? Cerno! it is still a major launch title! And guess what? Rune Factory started on Nintendo! It's always been like a Nintendo first type of game. Yes, lately they have moved on to release them to other platforms as well because they get the chance to. They get to diversify like where they sell it because after like the dual screen was dropped, there was really no reason to force it to be a Nintendo exclusive. So Rune Factory 4 special, Rune Factory 5, both became like available for other players that don't have a Nintendo. Very good fucking choice, I believe, because like, yeah, it doesn't run absolutely perfectly on the Switch, but it does run both of them. But then you can play it on PC and like, it was still designed for the Switch, but then with the PC you get a decent boost. I still prefer playing on the Switch. And such things, like, they are definitely made with the intention of being played on a Nintendo console, and it really feels like that, because they run well. Is it Rune Factory an RPG simulator game? No! No! It's a farming simulator game-ish, but like literally, Rune Factory is a Harvest Moon title. Or it's no longer Harvest Moon because Harvest Moon was sold and it has a completely new team. But the original creators of Harvest Moon made a side series called Rune Factory. Now this is very interesting because Harvest Moon, the original one, was pretty basic. You could hear, like, you could have like, at most, you could have like the choice between male and female, and you would then like go to a farm, you would like inherit this farm from your grandpa or grandma or whatever. And then you would go on to take care of a farm. You would meet the people near your farm and you would basically start a new life as a farmer. That was the Harvest Moon series. Rune Factory took this and they decided, how can we make this more fancy? So what they did is they take this formula that really fucking works, and they're like, okay, you're now an amnesiac. You walk into this random ass town, wherever, right outside of it. You faint, you're picked up by the main girl, like the main heroine, the one that's in the front of a box that's like, this is the heroine that is our like best heroine. And then you're told basically in the first three you could not choose your gender. You were just a guy. So they would just you can only play as a guy in the first three, but they're really good. Trust me, it's really fun anyway. And the girls all have such nice, funny personalities. Like they're really solid. The main girl would then be like, "Oh, so you don't remember your name? What should I call you then?" You give yourself a name, and then they're like, "Okay, but you can't just stay here without, doing work, because like everyone needs to work to survive. So in order to let you survive, instead of like giving you fish and feeding you for a day, I'm gonna teach you how to fish so you can feed yourself for a lifetime." And they just give you a fucking farm. They're like, okay, so this is a hoe, this is how you till the ground, and this is a water can, and this is how you water your plant. Great, good job, you did it. Oh no, a monster is attacking. Whoever could save us. Hold on, let's buy it. There we go. I was like, oh no, whoever could save us. And then someone just sort of throws a weapon to you, and you fight the monster, and that's your introduction to the battle mechanics, which is very basic. It's, you have a button, it hits the monster. When you press that button, you hit it enough times, eventually die. It's really fucking, but it's so fucking fun, okay? Also, thank you for my hydrate, I forgot to. Aren't farming games simulators? It depends. There's a difference between a simple farming game and a simulator. Simulator is more like we're gonna be somewhat realistic. For example, there's straight up farming simulator where you have like this access to the same fucking tools we do use today, and you play it rather realistically. You have like to keep track of a bunch of stuff. In a lot of farming games, you don't actually have to care that much about what the pH level of your soil is. That doesn't matter. It doesn't have a pH level. It's not meant to be overly realistic. And so, that's not a farming simulator. It's a farming game, not a simulator game. Simulator means we're stimulating a realistic experience of this thing. So, for example, if it's a farming simulator, it's a modern day farmer. If it's a fishing simulator, it's a modern day fishing game where it's very realistic, where there's multiple versions of those. Oh, hello, Björn, and thank you for redeeming me for us. Wait, what the fuck? Why are we under attack? Why are we under attack? I was just hallucinating with Oceanids, and now we're suddenly under attack. Thank you for red pants. But yeah, I guess it's a fighting time. I should have switched my fourth party member. I see. So if I played a purity simulator, I would play as now. I am not pure, and you're not doing anything realistic by simulating being me. That's not what it means. Oh! Thank you. Yeah. Why does it say that I timed out, sir? It should be Nyako that does that. Ah! Oh my god. And like, the entire freaking chat just disappeared. God damn it. But yeah, if you haven't played Room Factory, I would definitely recommend it. And oh my god, I'm so mad, but also so happy, because they moved up Room Factory. It was gonna be released like perfectly around my birthday. And then they moved it up to the same day the Switch 2 is released, and it's like, God damn it! Why? Like, I get it, but I really hope that means they are making a Switch 2 variant of the game. Not that it's only Switch 2, because if it's only Switch 2, I can't play it, and that's gonna make me mad. Unless I'm getting like a surprise late birthday gift that is like, hey, here you go, Switch 2. I hope not. That feels like way too expensive of a gift. I've already been gifted a super expensive plushie. A plushie that cost more than a PS5. It was handmade in like Canada, and they couldn't send it to Sweden, but they could somehow send it to Norway. So it was sent to Norway, and then like a family member, or like a friend of a family member, and then like, oh, the family member went and got it, and then it's somehow traveled all the way to Sweden. And that was my Christmas gift, like not last year, but year before last year. It's amazing. It's actually a I got Toothless based on the third movie, like the end of the third movie when he actually fixes Toothless tail, which I love. I fucking love that. I love my Toothless plush. I have many Toothless plushies. I have 3 Toothless plushies. One is like a big one, really huggable. One is one that I'm too scared to really take out of like watching it because it's like it's worth more than a PS5. This is handmade and it's so soft and it's so good and well made that I don't want to ruin it. And then I have a tiny one that is just like a Chinese knockoff. I need more Toothless plushie. Actually, I need a light Fury plushie to go with my Toothless plushie. That would be good. Have any of you guys seen How to Train Your Dragon? It's great.
先に私に教えて。尾行されるのは好きじゃないから。連中もそう立て続けに手出ししてこないだろう。私ももう後をつけたりはしない。
I have zero fucking clue what's going on. Sorry, I'm going to review the entire dialogue. Okay, so okay. Oh, okay. I somewhat understand what's going on. Gotcha. Want to see the live-action version of How to Train Your Dragon? I kinda do, but I kinda won't don't because at the same time, like, I love How to Train Your Dragon. I want more of a franchise. We're ignoring the Black Sheep that is like the modern one, that is like the modern TV series one. Ignore that one. That one shouldn't exist. It's so god-awful. It's written in the worst way. And it takes all the tropes that I fucking hate and like make them worse. And they take the tropes that I do like and they turn them shit. So we're not gonna even think about that. On top of that, okay, so now we have a live action movie. You're seeing what they did to Avatar. Like, you can't really translate a live, an animated movie into a live action one very well. Like, they're so fucking different. And since this one has like a lot of dragons and stuff, like, there's gonna be a lot of scenes. Like, a lot. So, if the CGI is really good, if they actually bother with doing good quality, like, if they made it as well as they made the hippogriff from Harry Potter, then yes, that could work. It could absolutely work. But I doubt they would do that because, like, the thing is, Harry Potter was a beloved series which was given the love and care it deserved. Because if they screwed that up, they really wouldn't have anything to sell. The How to Train Your Dragon is a beloved franchise, which they have been milking with games and stuff, lowering the quality over years. I don't think they're gonna give it the love and care it really deserves, especially, like, they couldn't even bother with, like, doing good casting. Like, in the beginning, I was so pissed because they're like, oh yeah, let's like throw in a random black person who's gonna like be like, do you know where the fucking movie takes place? What it's based on? It's based on the real world map. Yes, it's our world, but what if it had dragons? That's what it is. and it does take place in a specific spot on the world map. And then we're like, yeah, let's just add random black people because diversity. And it's like, diversity is good, but it's when it's in your face and not really thinking about the source material or why people are of certain like ethnicities and stuff. It's like, if we suddenly shoved a bunch of like Finnish people inside a South African movie, like, yeah, this takes place in South Africa. Wait, just me, sir? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. I hope you had an awesome stream. You were also playing Catching Impact. Did you get Escoffier? Did you get Escoffier? Also, feel free to like just drain and leave if you need like go take care of yourself. It's very important to do after stream. Take care, like care stuff. I don't mind. Thank you so much. What was I talking about today again? I'm sorry, I'm raving about like casting and stuff when it comes to movies where we're just filling out roles, like they're spreading in ethnicities just so they can say like, oh look, we hired someone of a like smaller ethnicity. coming to raiding. Yes, will not say Ara again. You will not say Ara again. Ara. Wait, ask is because the live action movie will premiere next month on the 12th? Yeah. Maybe. I will check out. I have to check out like the stuff. Because maybe they did like take back some of the bad castings they did. Because in that how's Genshin Stream? I just started. I have no clue what's going on. My character basically hallucinated with the Oceanid and got attacked by mechanic stuff. And yeah, that's how far I've gotten. It's fine. And then I've mostly been talking about like how to train your dragon. Yes, Mr. Thank you so much for following! Yeah. I have sent up some polls at it. Okay, so now if I'm guessing correctly, we're gonna investigate why people are turning into water, right? Or maybe not why people are turning into water, but like, we're gonna investigate what is going to cause like the big, what's it called? When someone sees the future, it's called something. Brain is not braining!
何しろあなたはスピナディロースらの顔なのですから。
こら、余計なこと言うんじゃないの。じゃあ、一緒にフォンテーヌ邸の拠点に帰りましょう。宿の手配もするから。それと計画もやらないとね。相棒としてお互いの理解を深める必要もあるし。
No, that's the skill itself.
とりあえず一つ
But
ずつ
like
やって
when you have
安心してくれ。
a
私たちがいれば拠点は
you
絶対
see
に
the
安全だから
future.
な。
It's not like the ability itself, but like when you do, when you use it. Then it's called you have a something. A vision? Is that it? No, maybe? Teleportation. You can see I have explored so much of Fontaine before even starting the quest. I have basically finished exploring Fontaine, so I can just teleport around and enjoy the story. Deja vu? No, deja vu is the feeling that you have already done or said or heard something. Like, oh, I'm sitting down and taking a bite of my sandwich, and suddenly I feel like I have
ずっと
just
周囲に目
done
を
this
配っていました
before.
のでご安
Like,
心を。 この道
Didn't
中
I just
怪しい
do
もの
this?
は見かけ
But
ませんで
I
した
clearly just took the first bite of my sandwich right
でも
now.
油断は禁
Then
物だ
that's
か
a
ら
sense
ね
of deja vu.
では私は2人の貴賓のために先に部屋を用意してまいります
Hmm.
ありがとうマルシラック。さあ旅人、私たちも行きましょう。
Yeah. Now we're going down. Awee!
首に
I forgot it was that fucking. Oh god. Awee! I got stuck! I got stuck! Now, if you could wheel. How did I not die there? I have never managed to do that before. Now, if you could wield any kind of sword, what sword would you want to wield? Oh, that is a good question. Okay, so there's like this sword. That is the quiet sword. If that makes sense. But it's a mix between a spear and a sword. A spear and a sword. And it's called a naginata. Because okay, fine, I will call it just this time. Because if you compare me to like fully built big soldiers and stuff, I am short. You will not hear me call myself that otherwise. But I'm a little short on that end. So if I wanted to actually be able to stab people, I would need a little bit extra range. And so a naginata, that's what I want. Now he's short. Shut up! Or I would like to have the common katana, because katanas are cool and I actually know how to fight with one. I do not know how to fight with a long sword. They are heavier, they are, yeah, a Zweihander would probably be a little too heavy for me. But I can handle a katana, and I know that because I have. But why are you asking what kind of sword she would wield? Or well? I just assumed that she meant wield and, yeah. So what sword would you guys wield? If you could have any sword. Doesn't matter what part of the world. It doesn't even have to be a real sword. If you had like a specific game sword, like in-game sword or a fancy sword, like whatever. What sword would you want? I'm kind of basic, so I go with katana or naginata. Naginata is technically a spear, but it's a spear with a short sword. That's the top. This 500 only weighs around 54 kilos, so it's not that heavy. It can be heavy. Okay. I was like 15 when I held one, and it was like 6 kilos. Not 4. But they did say it was a Zweihander, so I think they can be more heavy or heavier. I'm gonna go Lurkies, and good luck with stream. Enjoy Genshin. Thank you so much! You have an awesome lurk! You go take care of yourself, yeah. You know what? Guys, I just realized something. I have access to a 3D printer. I could 3D print a sword for cosplay. Like, a less, serious sort. Because cosplaying is really fun and all, but like, bringing a whole-ass sword around is kinda heavy and annoying. It's gonna be a little... otympligt, as we say in like Swedish, okay?
そういうこと。
But what if I made it like one of those swords? Which, you know those old swords where you go like swoosh and it just sort of folds out? And it's like this short before and then it's like this long afterwards? It's like I could make an anime sword based on that design, 3D print the entire thing, and boom! It just works!
真実を突き止めてみせる。パパはいつもそう。生きてた時、大事なことを私に話してくれなかった。
Okay,
ママ
so
が私を産ん
wait,
だ
does
時、
Navi
ハ
have
ンザが
dad
死んだことも
issues?
ずっと私に黙ってたし。まさか、パパの死まで私が調べなきゃならないなんてね。本当に世話が焼けるんだから、パパ。
Sun battle would be nice? Yeah.
お嬢様、
That's the ones they have in like
私に
Bleach,
できる
right?
ことがありましたら、
Because I recognize like the name.
カーレス様もお嬢様も私が最も
Oh yeah, I
尊敬す
forgot
る
to
お
say
方
this
です
earlier because like only
私も
Cerna
カー
was
レス
in
様
when I
が殺
first
人
said
を犯
this.
すなど信じていません
But you
カーレ
guys,
ス様
you
は
guys
生
know
前
Good Dogu,
前
right?
方をあんなにも積まれていました
Bleach? Never watched.
それなのに
What?
かの殺人事件が起きた途端
あ
不義のカ
Okay,
ーレスと呼ばれ
Cerna, you need to stop watching this stream. Go watch Bleach instead.
財
Just
務状況も今
like
や
a
火の
single
車
episode.
となりま
Who?
した
Good Dogu. Hold on. I know you should know who they are. Come on. I'm gonna do another shout out because Good Dogu is currently having a. Actually, let me check that they're still live. Yes, they are still live. Good Dogu is having a birthday, which is also their re-debut stream. And I'm going to. Oh, I'm misspelling. And I'm going to be rating them later if I can. No, I can't shout out. Good Dogu. Hold on, wait. If I do it like this,
あともう一つ
shout
カー
out
レス様の当時の決闘相手は
Dogu.
あのクロリンデ様でした
And this will not do like a proper, but it should be something.
カーレスはクロリンデとの決闘で死んだってことか？
At least it works in chat.
確かに
にゃ
そう簡単に吹っ切れることじゃないし。
クロリンデ様は決闘者の誇りを大切に
I
してい
meant
ます
Sanosuke sword from
相手
Rurouni
が投
Kenshin.
降しない限り
Oh!
彼女も手を止めることはできませんでした
Oh! I was.
それに
I don't.
クロリンデ
It's.
様はカーレス様と
I
も
know
とも
what
とお知り合いで
mistake I made. I
彼
was
女はあ
thinking
の方のことをとても
Sanpakuto.
尊敬していらっしゃいま
And
し
you
た
never know because you can misspell things. Sanpato,
決闘で
Yeah.
揺るぎない決心を見せ
the
れば
reverse sword,
ク
right?
ロリンデ様も
Where it's like
So
where the
silver
blade would usually be, like the sharp end of the blade would be, is usually unlike that one. If I remember correctly, it's not the sharp end
やっぱり心
because
の
they
整
put
理
it on
が
the
できなく
other
て。
side, which
わ
sort
か
of
るぞ。
means you don't really fight with it like a normal
後日
katana.
クロリンデ様から聞いたのですが決闘私たちもそう考
I
え
were
て
to
おり
pick a
ます
sword, I would probably pick either a not touch
自分を殺した人に
the
私の
long
ことを
sword
頼む
version
な
of
んて。
katana or a European long sword from the late
どうやった
1400s
ら
because
そんな
stab
考え
cuts
になる
hit
の？
off swording for when you need to go anti-armor.
これが相棒
And
と
even
して
pommel
あ
strike
んた
with
に
it.
伝えておきたかっ
If
た
I
こ
was
と。
to pick a fictional one, I would probably
愚痴をこぼすような感じになっちゃっ
choose,
たか
not
ら。
choice,
ちょっと照れ
choose
くさいけど。
either Excalibur from Fate or a lightsaber. Fair.
うん。あんたたちは先に部屋に戻って
As long
休
as
んでちょうだ
it's
い。
not the Excalibur from
本当に色々あったから
Soul Eater.
ね。
Oh god.
すっごく
Anyone else remember that?
安心して休んでくれ。今夜は私がここで二人の安全を守ろう。
Rest in your room. Yay. Peaceful night passes.
ここが安全
Also,
だ
why
って分か
does
って
she
るから
have a room in the
ぐっす
slum?
り寝れたな。
Hmm.
あれ
I kind of want to try wielding the Bionis sword. I don't even remember the
どうしたの？
Bionis.
先にポワ村長に帰らせたよ。
Is it from Bionicles?
そこ
Or
が
is it from a
スピナ
different
ディロース
series?
らが発足した地で本拠地なの。
Kind of
ここ
sounds
じゃ
like a
し
Bionic.
ばらく手伝ってもらうことがないからね。ただ単に 一緒にいると騒がしいから追っ
No,
払った
from
だけだよ。
Xenoblade. Wait, that's called the Bionic Sword? I forgot that!
ずっとここ
In
で
that
待ってた
game.
んじゃないよな。ついさっき外から帰ってきたとこ。昨日の夜は馬車の名前についてまず調べてたの。まさか徹夜したのか？だって
No, its name is Monado.
寝れるわけないでしょ。おいらさっきぐっすり寝れたとか言っちゃったぜ。でも
What's that
残
sword?
念
The
な
sword
こと
that the
に
giant is
こ
holding.
の名前はまるで存在自体が
The
消さ
giant?
れてるかのようにどこを調べても出てこなかった。
The
足がつかない
giant they're
ように
living
平幕
on?
がすでに手を回したんでしょうね。でも逆にこれは
Bionis is the name of a giant.
裏付けにもなる。
Yeah! You wouldn't be able to wield that! You're a tiny ass human! That thing is bigger than a fucking continent!
いや、希望はまだある。
Like,
彼らに手を
dude!
回そうにも届かない場所があるからね。最高審判官のヌビ
Or
ル
maybe
さ
not
んが
bigger
保
than a
管する
continent,
資料
but at least as big as a country.
ここ数年の事件の詳細をすべて網羅したファイルよ。もしあんたが見たっていう例の純粋精霊がここ数年で失踪した少女なら関連する情報が必ず見
Okay,
つ
so
かると思う。
Oceanid was one of the missing ladies. Okay, okay.
真面目に仕事してて事
I
件
know.
の資料もちゃんと整理してるってこと
We
か。
would just be sitting on that
早速ヌ
sword.
ビレットを探しに行こうぜ。お、どうしたんだよナビア。
Run!
まさか眠くなったのか？
Run!
大丈夫。行きましょう。あの最高審判官に会いに。
Okay, so now we're going to New Villette. But first, I am going to teleport over here to get healed, which is actually where I need to
この
teleport
先が
anyway.
タレメルモニアよ。
No, 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 I need heal. I need heal. Please, game. I died in a really silly way. I do not know if Shadow had the time to see that. Okay, also, I'm gonna show you how many polls I have saved up. Ta-da! Are you proud of me? Actually, should I do like a wish right now? Should I do a 10 wish right now? And then save up for later? Yes or no in chat? Yes or no? Should I do a 10 poll? By the way, now, did you finish Xenoblade X Definitive Edition? No, I have not, so please do not spoil me. I want to go into that one pretty much blind. Okay, thank you. Okay, we got the vote for yes. Anyone else? I just gotta assume yeah. Let's see. Do I get a Scuffier? Or a Scuffier? Probably not. But I might get another Lila and finish her constellation. I only need one more Lila. I got a sword. A bow. A sword. A 4-star sword. Wait, isn't this like one of the good ones? I could give this one to one of the 4-star characters that I like. Sword, sword, sword. Ah, no character this time. Dang it. But I can at least get this. And I'm halfway to another temple. I wasn't going to. Just saw you online playing it. I was just surprised since I'd never seen you play a game on. That was ages ago, though. I haven't had the time to play that in weeks.
お待ちください。
Because
どういった
I've been
ご
playing
用件
other
でしょう？
games.
最高審判官は現在公務中です。やっぱり警備が厳重
For
だ
now,
な。
I would also suggest a combination of one-handed sword and shield.
絶対に
Good
安
for
全
those with a bit of
ってわけか。
shorter reach, and also
Are
excellent for those that have a
私
bit
たち
more
の
of
顔に
well
見
endowed
覚えない
chest.
の？
See?
どちら様でしょう。
Hi, I'm not flat.
先に言っておきますが、ここは身分や
Sorry, but I
血縁など
can't
の
say I'm
骨で
familiar
通れ
with
る
Good
ところで
Dog
はあり
other
ませ
than
ん。
when you
ル
rated
ー
them,
ルは絶対
and
となり
I
ます。
haven't stuck around in their chat
見ての
either.
通り、
Oh,
何があっても安全。
oh well.
確かに
Today you have to make sure to stick around a
私を
little
か
bit
らかいに
just
来た
to
の
say
なら
happy
も
birthday,
うお帰
okay?
りください。
You guys
お互い
all
時間
better
も
be
らいたく
saying
ない
happy
でしょ。
birthday.
まあまあ、
It's a special
私
occasion.
たち先日の大魔術師リネの事件で法廷に立ってたんだけ
Great
ど、
magician
知らない？
Linny. Linny?
そういえ
Is
ば
Linny
見覚え
here?
があります。スチームバード新聞の記事で見ましたよ。そちらはリネの弁護人ですね。
I'm so excited for now to stream a new
思い出しました。
Tomodachi Life game.
そうそう。
Oh, I would
それで
fucking
今日は
love to.
その
I
事件
actually
の報
love
告と資料を
Tomodachi
拾いに
Life.
来た
I
の。
would love to play that, but I can't get it.
そんな予定
I
入
have
ってま
so
した
many
っ
other
け？
games. I'm sorry. I might add it to like my
って言って
wish
心
list.
配しないで。こっちは仕
Irony
事で
board.
来てるん
But
だ
the
から。
but
そう警戒しないでちょうだい。
yo.
ええ、そうです
Baka.
か。わかりました。お入りください。ナビレット
Baka.
様は中にいらっしゃいます。
Like, it doesn't pick up that well. Yeah, I need a better one if I'm gonna do sign language with this. Like, the best I can.
どうぞ。
Please open the fucking door. There you go. Okay. Jump. If I remember correctly. Jump. And then. Oh, can it stop using the thumb?
ごめ
There
ん、
we
ナビ
go.
レット。おいらたち、入り口で止められて、警備の人に
妹
嘘をついて入ってきたんだけど。
Imoto.
問題ない。要件を言うといい。
And if I remember, it was like.
一つ、
Jump?
名前を調べてほしいの。
If I remember.
バシェって言うんだけど、連続少女失
I
踪
do
事
not
件
know
の
how
目
to
撃
say
者かもしれなくて。
ototo or
ても重要な手が
onisan
かり
or
なの。
onesan.
わかった。資料を見てこよう。少し待っていてくれ。
ナビレットって案外話のわかるやつなんだな。
I do remember how to say I forgot though. You just point to yourself, to your head. I forgot. And sign language for remember is just
ここ数年の事件で
the
馬車
reverse
と
of
いう名に
forget.
関連したものはないと断言できる。私の資料にも
Now it's like a Komina with their nose stuck in a hole of cookie jar. No?
まさか
Baka.
あの時の
Thank you for the heart rate.
見
Arigato.
てただけってことか？そう、わかった。ありがとう、ナビレットさん。
Exactly. What are you smoking?
それじゃ
I'm
帰りましょう。
obviously not the dog. Wait. Oh no. I did not think that would be the host. I did not think that would be the
ナディ
host.
さん、気持ちはよくわかる。君の父、カーレスさんは
Straight
と
to
ても
the
優
point.
秀な御人だった。
Ah.
彼が見間違われたのは、
Also,
実
I
に
need
残念な
ideas
こと
for
だ。
like next week. Because I'm gonna do a stream on Friday. So my birthday stream is gonna be on
ナビレ
Friday.
ットさん、それってどういうつもり？
I need ideas.
Those
What should I do?
Nagasaki?
Because I do want to play games with
Saretomo.
people in chat.
あんたの言う残念。いや、
And I'm
彼は違う
thinking
でしょ。
maybe I should get called of a
私に
lamb.
はわかる。
You
あ
know?
んたの言葉には何の感情もない。ただ、こういう時にはこう言うべきだって思っただけ。
I'm also confused by Sir No.
まるであの時と同じ。パパが血統上に上がり、私が守衛を押しのけて、ここにいるあんたに会いに来た時とね。あんたも言ってたでしょ？事件に妙な点があるって。それなのに、血統を黙って許可した。命の価値は、あんたの手にある感情のない規則や法律と比べてちっぽけなもの。あんたの目にはそう映ってるんでしょ？もし本当にパパの死を残念に思うのなら、どうしてあの時パパを止めなかったの？どうして私に止める権利をくれなかったわけ？なんでパパに汚名を着せたまま死なせたの？
あともうちょっと踏ん張ってれば全てを逆転できたかもしれないのに、まだたくさん話したいことがあった。まだ教えてもらってないことがたくさんあったのに。もしあんたに感情がないってんなら、私を見て、私の目を見て、本当の残念ってのがどういう感情か教えてあげる。
Dang, that was such a heartfelt moment.
ナビアさん。
やっぱりあんたも同じ。パパと同じなんだ。いろんなことをいつも心に抱えてるのに誰にも打ち明けない。その胸は多くを感じてるのにそれを伝えようともしない。もういい。どうせ最高審判官の冷徹さは誰もが知ってることだから。どうしようもないことで当たり散らしてごめん、最高審判官。行きましょう、旅人パイモン。
Just sounds like she was genuinely crying. God, that's some good fucking voice acting. If I could ever have even half of that skill, I would be happy. Hold on. Well, solo smoking explains all the weird stuff. Yes, it does.
大丈夫。
I'm not smoking. It was a joke. Like when Nao said they were not here. That was not a joke. Daniel. Oh, then you're just weird naturally. How dare you? What? I think everyone holds that sentiment. Exactly. I agree, Shadow. I agree.
なんかおかしくないか？
確かパパの事件があった日も大雨だった。
Exactly.
どうした？何か引っかかるのか？
Oh. Was he outside when he
外、雨の当たる場所だったよ。もしかして雨で手がかりが流されたって言いたいの？うん、
Maybe.
私も当時そう思った。だから捜査範囲を広めてみたけど、
Rain could have
雨水の
hidden
影響を受けたような手がかりは
if
見つからなか
anyone
ったよ。
used the special water.
え？まさか
真犯人は水になったってことか？雨の日だったから、それで痕跡が何も残らなかった。
Exactly.
確かに。もしそうだとしたら、お前のお父さんがどんなに説明しても、当時の人たちは誰も信じてくれな
Wait,
かった
why
だろう
wouldn't
な。
they believe that?
相棒、あんたって本当
They
に
do know people can be turned into
そう
water.
いうことだったのね。
So why wouldn't they believe it when someone say, "Hey, I saw that guy get turned into water
こ
after
のせい
doing
で
all these
当時の
things"?
殺人事件を調べ直して
Why would they
何か
not
わかるかも。
believe that?
今回はオイラたちもついてるから、きっと
Some more
正解がある
hydrate.
はずだぞ。
じゃあ今すぐ一緒に来てくれる？それとも後で合流する？
It's investigation time.
ええ、行きましょう。
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As long as you don't go overboard with your weirdness. Exactly. Embrace your inner weirdness. Just don't be a creep. That's basically the way to live. Don't be a creep. Be weird, but not a creep. I mean, why did you think I took action against what you posted earlier?
船。
Wait. Did Cerna post something completely back insane again that is like disgusting?
驚いた？あんたたちにはただの船に見えるかもしれないけど、これこそ我らがスピナディロースらの本拠地なの。
More or less.
こんな風になったのはパパの個人的な趣味なんだけど。
Dang, I wish you could give
センスだ
specific,
けは
like,
私と似てたみたい。
make it so specific
この
people
華やかな巨大船
could
は
not do specific things, no matter
征
what
服、野望を
role
意味してるの。
they have.
スピナディロースらの明るい未来を象徴してるってわけ。
最初、スピナディロー
Because
スら
then
の
it would be
輝か
it
し
would be
い過去を
useful
語っ
to
て
like
た時は、
make it so, hey, this one person cannot
だって、
post any images or videos or links, but everything else, like normal text,
このでかい
good to go.
船を見て、お前らのあの言葉にも説
That
得
would be
力が
that
増
would
し
work
て
as
き
a
た
pretty
ぜ
good。punishment, you
ボ
know.
ア村長こそスピナディロースらのルーツであり、私たちはみんなここから外に出たんだ。
On a specific person without it affecting like a whole ass roll. I'm a moron! Okay, Shadow, do you have administer privileges on my server? You right? User specific permissions. Yes, I do. Oh my god. Remove all of Cerno's permissions for posting links, images, and videos. On it. Yes! I feel so stupid that I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my god. Whee! I did not know this ramp was here before. I have climbed the fucking wall in the stupidest way to reach here before.
マルシラック、ただいま。
ただいま。
お待ちしておりました、お嬢様。そして大事な相棒も。フォンテーヌ邸に用事があるとおっしゃっていましたが、どうしてまたこんなに早くポワソン町に？
それがね、相棒が素晴らしいヒントをくれたのよ。パパの過去の事件が原始大会の水と関係してるかもしれないってね。覚えてる？マルシラック。あの日は雨の降る夜だったでしょ？
はい。リネ様の状況と似ていて、どちらも不可能な事件でした。
過去に何があったんだ？うん。何年も前のことなんだけど、ロシっていうのがポアソン町で流行ったの。一見ただの飲み物なんだけど、人が飲むと気分が高揚してね。愉快な幻覚がたくさん見えるようになるらしいの。ちょっと待った。確か水になったあの警察隊員も原始大会の水で薬が作れるって言ってたよな。そうね。今になって考えると、ロシの原材料は原始大会の水だった可能性が高いと思う。そして
You were playing Oblivion. I was
副作用
Oblivion.
が出るの。
Did you do any funny? Did you find any funny
集中力
buggies?
の低下や情緒が不安定に
Rip
なる
raid
ことね。
message.
逆に飲むのをやめれば県大会が一日中続いて
If you're posting raid message right now, you can have anyone who raided you, with you
100代になっ
use
て
it.
一理なしってやつね。ポアソン町を管理してたパパはもちろんこれを黙って見過ごさなかった。そして
Good
ロ
job,
シを全
Bo.
面的に
Good
禁止
job.
して
How are you doing, Raiders? I hope you're having an awesome day today and an awesome weekend.
ですが、脅迫や賄賂を前にしても、
Oh, like the tides, we bring hearts and hugs. Nyah.
それどころか、ボスはロシの製造者を特定し、根本からこの件の解決を図ろうとしました。
そう。
We are
でも相手は
being
狡猾なやつでね。売人が物を売るだけ
we're
で、その裏
detectives
に
right
誰が
now.
いるのかとかは一切知らなかったの。そこでパパは
Nyah,
長
nyah,
期
nyah,
的
nyah.
な計画を練ることにした。
We're
秘
detecting.
密裏に売人と
Let
連
us
絡
for
して
the
ついにそのうちの一人を
raid.
口
Because
説き落と
Genshin,
して
it's
ね。
going pretty well
内
actually.
通者になってもらったの。
I did a temple and I didn't get a single new
ロシ
character
のせいでバ
though.
ラバラになった家族をたくさん見てきて、負い目を感じてたん
But
だ。
I am happy. I have a feeling that the next temple I'm gonna finally get my Lilac Soul constellation. I'm gonna maximize her constellation. I'm just one away.
それを聞いて私たちが駆けつけ
And
ると、
I've got
そこ
like
には銃を持
5
ったパパと
poles.
撃たれて死んだジャックしかい
And
なかっ
I
た。
almost got enough prima gems to buy one more. So if I can earn enough
リレの事件と似て
during
る
the
でしょ。
stream, I can do
犯人に疑いの余地はなく、いくら考
I
えて
can
も
probably
犯
do
行
a
の動
full
機が見えて
temple
こない。
at the end of a stream.
でも当時はスルーしてた
Hoping I
けど
can get
今になって思い返すと重要な手がかりがそこにはあった。リネの裁判同様、現場に
coolies.
残された
Yeah.
服がね。そう、あんたのヒントのおかげだよ。あの服は
So, did you
ジャッ
find
クが
any
気づ
funny
かれない
bugs?
よう
Did
変
you
装
have
す
any
るため
funny
の道具だと
moments
思ってたけど、
in Oblivion?
今考えると
Nyah.
これは現場に第三者がいた可能性を示唆してる。それに銃声が2回鳴った理由も改めて考えてみないとね。 未解決事件ではあ
I
るけ
got
ど
portrait of a wall by a ghost! Oh my god, that's hilarious! I was taught there's like this, I was taught there's this specific guy who is trying, like he's a necromancer, he's trying to become a lich. You can sneak up behind him. If you have like a high enough sneak level, you can basically just steal the items he needs to have on him for the spell to work. And like if you remove them from his inventory, he dies instantly. You don't even have to fight him. It drained my fatigue with a spell. I fell to the ground and it pushed me into a wall and I got teleported to the level beneath. Oh, that's hilarious. Who was the ghost really? Was it the ghost? Or was you the ghost? Existential crisis.
それがパパの望みなら本人の口から直接言ってほしかったよ。
Meanwhile, we are trying to solve the mystery behind like Navia's father's death and like who was the actual culprit and like they turn into water and stuff. It drained my fatigue so hard I became incorporeal. No, you didn't just become incorporeal because that's implies that whatever state of living or dying or being dead you were in before would still remain the same. You died. And then you came back to life. You died, you phased through, and then you were revived. You're on your second life now.
お嬢様の相棒もとても頼りになるお方です。そして何より
Yes!
お嬢様の覚悟が決まっているようにお見受けいた
Oh
し
yeah,
ま
by the way,
す。
Neverlina, do you have any ideas for games that you can play together with like
実はあ
chat?
のパーティーが始まる前に
Have you seen
ボ
any?
スはすで
Like
にロ
any
スと
specific new
連
ones
続
maybe?
少女失踪事件のつながりについ
Also,
て
it
全
crashed a
部言いました
lot in one location. Oh
両者の
no!
対立を一気に加速させた
What
のが
location did it crash in? I mean, I haven't really played it
あなた
myself.
が
I've
連
tried
続
it a
少
little
女
bit.
失
I'm
踪
gonna
事
try
件の
it
タ
more
ーゲッ
later
トに選
at
ば
some
れた
point
ことです。
because I don't own it, but I got it
ボ
through
スはとても
family
珍
share,
しい
so I
病気
can
に
try
か
it
かって
out
い
a
ま
little
した。
more.
きっとそれもお嬢様にはお伝えしていなかったことでしょう。しかも
It's a very, very
余命5年
specific
足らず
location
そう医者に
area
宣
where
告
you
されて
get
い
your
まし
major
た。
stuff.
そんなボスにとって
Oh
連
no!
続少女失踪事件は強い焦燥
I
感を
will
与え
be
たの
fine
です。
so long as I
この
don't
長
play
く
a
続く争いを
mage.
解決するには5年では到底
What
足りませ
games?
ん。
Like
も
with
し
many
ボス
people
が
or
病
few?
死すれば
So you know how some games let you kind of play with
です
chat
からボスは
in a way where it's like they can join you or help you
手
in
にあ
game.
る
Sort
情
of
報
like
を利用するこ
Cult
と
of a
にし
Lamb.
ました。
Cult of a Lamb. Your
ボスは
viewers
重
can
要な
make
犯罪
a
の証拠を
follower.
握っていると先方に
So
告げ
they can make
その情報を
themselves
スピナ
a
リーローサ
follower,
の一
and
部
that
の
follower
人間
will
に伝える
be in your game.
お嬢様が無事である限りその証拠は公に
There's
しないと約束したので
also
す。
games like
そして
uh
もしお嬢様が失踪すればボス
don't
もしくはその秘密を知る人間が
or
すぐにロ
they'll
スと失踪事
explode. I
件に
think
つい
it
て
was
暴
like
露する
basically
よう
you're
に手配しました。
you're someone who has to disable a
痛
bomb.
み分け
One of your friends has to have like this bomb
その牽制が効いているのは証明されています。
and they have to tell you like
ボ
based
スが
on
亡
what's
く
on
な
the
った
bomb
今も
how
相手
to
はお嬢
disarm
様
the
に
bomb.
手を出してきていません。
信じらんない
And that one is
あのパパ
you
が
can
病気だなんて
technically just give a manual
そん
to
な風
everyone
に
in
は見えな
chat.
かった
Have them read it on a separate device, and then chat will just spam on you, and you will die because it's really hard.
特にボスの性格であれ
But
ば
like it could work.
なおさらです。
Not not.
ボスにとって決闘で死んで
I'm
不
also
義の名を
actually
背負うことになろうとも
Because
娘の前で
there's
格
been
好が
so
つかな
many
いことより
people saying like,
Mashida
"Oh,
Tanashi.
you need to try
そ
the
んな
what's the game? What's the game that is like a
私を
knockoff
守るために
Android
黙っ
character,
て死ぬことを選んだの
but in a
お嬢
game that
様
plays like
あ
Lethal
なたはず
Company?
っと誤解されていたかもしれません。
Like if you know like the
ボスが渡したかったのは
Android
傘ではなく
icon, like the little
事件に巻き込まれたすべての人が
what's it called? Like
受け入れられるような決着をつ
their
けた。
mascot, the Android mascot.
もし
They have
それをボス
The
が聞い
game
ていたら
characters you play
きっ
as
と
look like the Android
胸を
mask.
なで下ろしていた
I
こ
know
とで
there's
しょう。
crowd control games, but there's some games people need to actually join.
一体どんだけ回りく
But
どきゃ気が
there's
する
some
の
games people need to actually
Yeah.
join, but those can be played directly from chat. I don't
私が
know
理
how
解でき
many.
る日をその目
Yeah.
で見ること自体元から期待してなかったんだ
Because
だから
I'm
こんな
definitely
手の
gonna
込ん
do
だ
some
準備
crowd
をしたん
control.
で
I
しょ
could set up Dark
本
Souls
当に
again.
私のことを信頼して
What else?
るのもし私がここま
Like
でたどり着
there's
け
so
なか
many
ったら
games that I
どう
have,
するのよ
and I do have crowd control.
うん
So
そうかもね
I'm probably gonna do at least one crowd
パパの
control
考
game,
え
but
で
look
は
at
私が
smaller
望めば
games, maybe
不甲斐ないまま一生を過ごすことができた
something in between. Like I
でも
want to do
幸い
something special that I
パ
can
パ
do
は
with
私と
chat
心か
because
ら話し合ったことが
big
ほとんどな
birthday
かった
stream, you know.
つまり私の
Rim
ことを
World
分
has
かって
Rim
なかっ
Connect
たのよ
that lets people add characters named after
これに関
chatters,
しては
but they don't
パ
really
パの
play
手
it.
越し苦労って
That
言
is
ったし
also
ら
one. I
で
don't
That is
actually know what
luck.
Dream World is.
その肝心な証拠って何なの
ロシ
Gonna
の
put
製造
that in
場所です
Google.
つまり相手の本拠地となりますかつてボスが交換条件を突きつけた時
Uh,
この
it
切り札
doesn't
の
really look
中
like
身
my
まで
type
は
of
相
game.
手
But
に明
thank
か
you
してい
so
ま
much
せん
for
でした
recommendation. I will definitely
Shikashi.
have that one
た
to
とえ
recommend
お
to
嬢
others.
様がこの切り札を使うにしてもあ
I
る大き
think
な
I
デメリ
know a
ット
few
が
people
伴
who
い
would
ま
like
す
that game.
どうしてだよ。場所が分かったなら、あとは乗り込めばいいだけだろ。
私たちの敵は数十年も続く危険で謎に満ちた組織ということを忘
Maybe
れ
we
ない
could
で
do
ください
something like
私たち
you
は
guys know
相手の
the
本拠地の状況について
chat
何も
plays
知りません
Pokemon
調査でどれほ
where
どの手
people
がかり
write
が
in
見つかる
chat
かも
what action
ど
to
ん
do
な
in the
人
game.
物を
It's
捉え
like
ること
start
になるか
select.
も不明で
If
す
they write the
さら
word
に一
start,
度乗り込ん
it
でしまえ
presses the
ば
start button.
それは
If
相
they
手に
write
宣
word
戦
select,
布
it
告をし
presses
た
the
も
select
同然と
button.
なります
A, B,
最悪のケースでは
up, down,
収
left,
穫が何
right,
も望めない
R,
どころか
L,
ボスが最も
I
危
think
機してい
those
た
are
状
all the
況
buttons.
を早々に迎える可能性だっ
And
てある
boom,
でしょう
just like that, you can play Pokemon Red,
の
Blue,
公的機
Leaf
関と協
Green,
力したら
Fire
いいん
Red.
じゃないか。
リネ様
You
の
know
裁
those.
判で
That would be funny.
あの
It
警
would be
察官
funny
員をご
if
覧に
I
なった
set up that. If I
公
could
的機
figure
関
out
の
how.
どこにまで
Just
手が
imagine
伸び
it.
ているかわか
I
りませ
don't
ん
play the game
確かに
at all.
パパも当時
It's
どう
chat
しようも
who
なかっ
gets
た
to
のかも
play
し
the
れ
game.
ないでも今は状
It
況
would
が違う
be
でし
so
ょ
fucking hilarious.
違法薬物と失踪した少女が結びつ
Now
けら
wants
れ
to
た
go
ことで
left, chat
相
wants
手
to
の
go
犯
right.
行を証
I
明
would
しやす
set it
くなっ
up in that case connected to my
いろんな可能性
Discord
を
because
考
then I
え
would
てる
start
んだ
a
な。
specific
お
chat
前。
and I would invite
はい
anyone to write in
私
that
はボス
chat
とお嬢様
and
の
then
執
you
事
could
で
have
す
like a separate chat
お
for
二
this
人の意思は私の意思でもあります
and
お
you
嬢
could
様の
have
ため
like
に
the Discord
全
chat
て
that
のリスクを背負う
actually
覚悟はで
steers
き
the
ておりま
game
す
and I am just gonna be there
残念なことに
commenting
私の
commenting
力
like
不足は
yeah
否めません
or
秘
commentating
密を守り
I will
つつ
be the commentator
基
I
本
will be
的
the
な調査を
gaming
して機が熟
commentator
すのを待つことしかでき
that
ま
wants
せ
to
んで
go
した
left chat wants to go
ナイス
right
ラック
chat
あり
chooses
がとう
because
そう言って
chat
くれて
Arbor one's
ここ
playing the
数年
game
で
it
何
would
か
be
収穫
such
はあっ
a
た
turnaround like it would be such a like
これまで
I don't know what to
情報
call
か
it
ら推測する
because like usually you
黒
guys
幕はス
watch
ピナディ・ロースラ
me
をよく
play
知る人
games
物
but what if
また
I instead
スピナ
watch
ディ・ロースラ
you
にスパ
play
イを送
games
り込んでいる可能性がありますお嬢様
if you
の
have
代わ
enough
りに
chatters
私が
then it
日
could
々の
work
指示を出す
yes
時
we need to get
我
enough
がと一部
chatters
の
for
ものを
that
除く
sometimes
ようにしてき
I
まし
would
た
definitely want to
そし
do
て
that if I could
それ
get
に合
enough
わせて
some
私はロシの売人の動向を観
I don't
察してきたのです
since I
もし
like
売
I'm
人がこちらの動きを知らない
I'm
よう
not
であれ
super
ば
tiny
その
I
時に指示を受けていた者は白
I recognize that
逆に
having like
知っていれば
10 concurrent
その
viewers
中にスパイがい
on
るという
multiple
わけです
streams
それを
like
繰
it's
り
quite
返して
often
容
I
疑
have
者を
around
定
that
め
I
てい
kind
ま
of
す
stuck it around there
手がか
but
りに
I'm
沿って
kind of
調査
happy
して
because that means I have
こ
so
の
many
方
people
法
that I
で
can
容
talk
疑者
to
を3人にま
like
で
this
絞
we can
り出
have
し
an actual conversation
一
that's
人はス
really
ピナディ
nice
ロースラの
it's a
参謀
close-knit
クローレン
community
ト様です
but like if I ever grow bigger, I would probably try stuff like that.
信じられないのも無理
Where
はありま
that
せ
is
ん。
specifically
あの方
meant
は
for
ボスが
people who
最
have
も信
bigger
頼していた
cats.
腹心の人
more
でしたからね。
viewers.
しかし、
Because then they
言
can
い換え
work.
れば
Like then you can
彼
adjust
は
and do
ボスの
stuff
こ
like
とを
that.
最も知る人物でもあります。その身分を利用すること
I
で
was more thinking for it to be
好きな
funny
ヒ
to
ー
be
ローさん
bothering
の
the
動
stream,
向
but
を
that
真っ
was.
先に
I
知
mean,
る
like
ことがで
that's
きま
basically
す。
what crowd control does.
我
Crowd
々の組
control is
織の
just
中でもうまく立
you
ち回れるでしょう。
redeem for
彼
X
の状況
thing
と
to
似ている
happen.
容疑者がもう一人いま
I just
す。
have to go through the entire crowd
Gabriel
control again
Shokai no
because for
Kaito.
some reason you can't just
Master
save
Service.
all the settings for each
回せる
specific
おじ
game
さんが
to like your account or something. That would be useful. For some reason it's saved locally on your computer. And when you reinstall Windows on that computer, you lose all those fucking files! And I have to reset everything because I manually set the prices of everything. Because you can only redeem a certain amount of free points per Steam using your channel points and stuff. And like, I want to put more people to be able to afford to redeem. Because crowd control is super fun. Same, I love crowd control, but if I have to go on for longer than 2 hours, people run out of resources. Yeah! So either you have to like manually adjust every single thing to be cheaper, or you could like, I wish, wait, haven't they added a thing where you can make everything just a little bit cheaper? But I don't know what the limit is, and I don't know if it's making everything go like the same amount of cheaper, or if it's like, oh, we're going like by percentage, or if it's like, oh, if everything is at a bunch of different values, we're only just gonna set everything to the same value before we lower it. I don't know how that works. Can make everything cheaper, yes, but not give them more coins. Yeah. So make everything super cheap, except for like the big ones. Because I feel like I don't want people to be able to insta-kill me. I don't like that in Dark Souls, that's where I mostly use it. However, it is kind of funny to make like the speed ones super cheap. Those are broken. Have you ever tried Elden Ring with crowd control and someone redeems a redeem that makes you basically into Barry Allen or, you know, the Flash. You become the Flash. You're like speedy spooty McBooty. And everything else in the game is the exact same speed as it was before. And it's so broken because it can both kill you and help you. We'll just give you insta speed a bunch. Exactly! Yeah, and you can remove options. Exactly. I disabled the insta kill, the one that just kills you immediately in Dark Souls. But I did keep one thing. That is, I kept the thing that turns your, like, that makes your HP go down to 1, like, you get 1 hit point for X amount of seconds. Because that means people could take me from full health to a single hit point, where it's like, I still have a chance to survive. I still have a chance to survive. But yeah. Make you clip through the world and take off your equipment. Yeah. The one that makes you super wide. The one that makes you a bobblehead. There's so many. I saw someone trying to play Crash Bandicoot. Wait, they have that? That's like wild. What the fuck? Wait, is it? I don't remember if it was an I or an L at the first one, but Lalsa Shama? Lalsa Hama? Lal! How are you, Lal? I hope you're having an awesome day today. I'm back from the dead. Yes. Right. Right. Imagine Fire Emblem with crowd control and just summoning more and more enemies. Oh my god, I think Fire Emblem does have a crowd control version for one of the games. Hold on. Come on, crowd control, fire.
私の胸の使いを取ってくれるものは事件の真相だけでしょ。うん。
ごめんなさい。あなたにそこまで言わせるなんて。
Oh no, I misremembered. Maybe it was like something that people requested. And I'm remembering from that. God dang it!
ある程度の予想がついてるの。
How are y'all? I'm having an awesome time.
パパがジャックさんを撃つなんて私には信じられないの。
I mean, I am being very prepared for next week. Not hungry. Oh no! But go make yourself some food, Nivolina. Go make yourself something to eat. Go grab food.
この道を絶対選ばなかった。
I should go make food, but I have fun with the conversation. Go make food, come back with food, eat food while chatting. Eh?
モラさえあれば何でも手に入ると思ってたってね。だからカーレスさんが訪ねてきたとき、
Are Pokemon Legends Arceus with CC crowd control and summoning a bunch of alphas? Oh god, I would die.
どんなに用
ちょっ
心を
と待って、
重ねて
be
も
right back. I'll just do my Genshin dailies real quick. Yes, I downloaded it again for Venti. Heck yes! Did you get
パ
Venti?
パはそんなこ
Did
と
you
言っ
get
てなかっ
Venti?
た。
I hope you did.
パパが言ってたのは
And good luck.
運をあだで
Also, are
返し
you
てはいけないっ
pulling
て
for
ことだけ。
Escoffier?
あの日、
あ
夫は出かける前に他に選択肢はないと言ってたわ。
But I don't think that's a thing. It would be so good if that was a thing.
それが本当のことは
I'm
わから
gonna
ないけど、
check. Hold on.
私の中ではそれが答えだと思ってる。
Okay.
だから
No, it's
負い目を
just
感じるべきなのは
Crystal,
私の方
Emerald,
なの。
Fire Red, and
昔も今も
a
カーレス
very
さんにはずっ
non-distinct
とお
one.
世話になってきたの
Okay.
に、夫を撃った時もきっと正当防衛だったんだと思う
Take
わ。
that, Gordon Ramsay.
だから
Yeah.
あの人を
I
憎むことなん
want
て
a
できないの。
Escoffier.
パパはいいことをしようとしたんだよね。どうして悪
Yeah.
者扱いされてる
Hi,
の？
BRB.
いい人になろうとしたのに。どうして最後は悪いことをしなくちゃいけなかったの？聞いて。
He's like,
真実は
I
そう
did
じ
a
ゃないかもしれ
temple.
ないの。
I am
あんたは
still not getting
パパがいい人だって
Escoffier. I think I'm
そう思
around.
ってるのよね。
I should be at 20
Papa はいい
polls
人だよ。
currently.
世界で
Which
一番優
means
しいの。
I need 70 more
それを
polls
疑うことなく信
to
じてあ
get
げ
the
て。
guaranteed
いい
Escoffier.
人が悪いことをしたんなら、
Or
その裏には
around
きっと意味がある
60
から。
more because that's
彼があんたに
usually
残
when I
したの
get
が
my 5
傘で
stars.
あっても
God damn it,
剣であっても
Genshin.
それはあんたに生き
Genshin
てほ
is
しいと
not
願って
kind
残
to
した
me
ものなの。
when it comes to like my luck in
教えてくれて
drawing
ありがとう。
5 stars.
必ず
I
真
get
実を
them
突き
so
止めてみせるよ。
late. I
目の
am
前の現実
I
に
always get pretty
私は
darn
甘ん
fucking
じる
close
つも
to
りは
the
ないから
hard pity.
ええ、こちらこそありがとう。
Now just
そう言って
swipe.
もらえて安心したわ。
Shut up!
あなたの性格は
I
カーレ
have
スさん
to
と
buy
全く違う
stuff
けど、
that I cannot, you know.
あなたたち
I
が
have
口
to
にする
save
決意は
money.
本当に似
I'm
てるわ
still
ね。
just a student.
そう？
How about you swiping?
そんなこと
Buh.
初めて言われ
Okay,
たけ
hold
ど
on. Hold on. My tongue is not going out. Ah! There it was! For a little bit. Meh. Why won't it register my tongue? Ah! At some point, I will buy a freaking
大丈夫か？平気
iPhone just for the fucking tracking.
次はあの3人の
One
容疑
with
者を
like
調
the
べに行
thing
く
where
で
I
しょ。
can put it on my head so I can have an iPhone only tracking my face, and then I have my normal camera for everything
向
else.
かいがてら気持ちの整理をしとくから安心して。
Oh, wait. I'm not going where I was supposed to go. Yeah. Wait, am I supposed to go in there? Up there? I may be a dumbass. I may be a bit dumb of ass. My bad. My apologies, chat. You see, just ask the guy who pulled 145 castories for some money. Yeah. I think he may be out of money after that stunt. I totally would otherwise. I would be like, hey, can I have some just for Genshin? No, if I would pull for anyone like that, if I was gonna be desperate enough to ask someone to do that, I think it would be for Kirara. Because, look at this, look at this. Kirara, Constellation. When the fuck are we gonna get Kirara again? It's like, it takes ages for her to be rerun. They barely run her. And I had so much, like, shit luck when I'm trying to get her. But at least she was on Nila's banner.
何かご用ですか、ボス。
歌劇場で事件があったのを聞いたでしょ。 あの審判の場で水になった人がいるの。
ええ、そのような大事件には記者が一斉に飛びつ
Oh
きます。
god, who does this
噂
dude
もすぐ
remind
に
me of? He
広まりま
reminds
した
me
よ。
of someone.
でね、
You
思
know,
い
he
出したの。
first pulled 88 and
パパの
later
事件があ
decided
っ
to
た
pull
日、
57 more.
雨が降ってて、
Holy
現場には
fucking
服が
crap!
残ってたことを相棒が助言してくれ
Because
て
he
ね。
got these
パパの
items,
事件をもう一度
this
洗って
one
みる必
item,
要があると
and he
思って
wanted
る
to
の。
get it like a really good version of that
何があ
item,
ったの
right?
か思い出してみてくれない？
When you have like pulled all the,
そうですね。
when you
あ
have
の日カーレスさんは
max
すごく喜ん
the
でいました。テ
constellation for the 5
ーブルの
star,
横で
you
私
pull the
たち
5
と飲
star
みなが
again,
ら
you
おしゃ
get
べり
this
してい
item.
たのを覚えています。
Just the first
その後、
88cost
カ
him
ーレス
anywhere
さんは
between
風に当たってくると言って外に出かけました。
$139,000 and $278,000.
その時はあまり気に留めなかったのですが、突然外から銃声が2回も聞こえてきて、
Like
最
that
初は
is
カーレスさんが襲
a
われたと
ton
思
of
い、
money.
私はホルスターを持って外に
I'm
飛び出しました。
assuming though that he was like a content creator
ただ、
which
駆けつけた
with
時
like
にはすで
with
に手遅れで、
who were known for like
カーレスさんは人を
building
撃ち殺し
characters
て
and
いた
stuff
の
where
で
it
す。
would be like, yeah,
私
I
た
don't
ちは
think
ど
money
う
is
し
an
ていい
issue
か
for
わ
him.
からず、
It
そ
maybe
の
it
場で
might
呆
not
然
be,
と
who
していました。
knows?
銃声が2回。確かにそうだったんだね。
はい、警察隊の話によると、一発目は外れて、二発目が
I
当た
wish
った
we had
そう
like
で
a
す。
better system for giving
ただ、
like
それは少し妙だと思いました。何せカーレスさんの銃は
Imagine
テ
if you
ーブルの上に置いてあ
could
りましたから、外へ出
buy
る前にわざ
Genesis
わざ確
crystals
認し
for
た
a
んです。
friend without like using
で
a
すが、
third party
警察
website.
隊員はカーレスさ
Even
ん
if
が
a
他
third
の
party
銃を持ってい
website
た可能
is
性もあると言って
officially
いまし
like
た。
recognized by
先ほ
Mihoyo
ど、
and
現場に
Hoyover.
服が残っていたと言っ
It
てい
would
ま
be
したが、
nice if you could do it
それはつま
directly
り、
on
現場には
Mihoyo's
溶けた
website.
第
If
三
you
者
could
が
like
いた
log
とい
in,
うこと
be
で
like,
すか。
yeah, I wanna send this to my
少な
friend.
くとも私たちの立場から見ると、
Or if
Papa,
at least
still
those
constant.
third party websites let
Dakara,
you make like an
二丁目の銃を
account and then
持つ
you can
必要
set
だっ
up a
てないの。
unique link for
そ
people
の銃
to
はジャックのも
use
のか、
where you be like,
あるいは
okay, here's
第
like
三者のもの
user
でしょうね。
ID
はい、
and
確かに理に
the
はかなって
server.
います。
And then people could be
つま
like,
り、
I want to buy
カ
from
ーレ
this
スさんが
creator.
最後に持っていた銃は奪ったもの
That
と
would be
言
nice.
いたいのですね。
That would be very nice.
しかし、それも違うでしょう。もし事実に反していたのなら、どうしてカーレスさんは私た
Like,
ち
I
に
need
教
to
え
take
て
a little
くれなか
break
ったの
soon
ですか。
because I need to go to the
それに
toilet.
あの人は審判ではなく、決闘で名誉を証明する道を
I
選
think I'm
びま
gonna
した。
take a break immediately after
仮
this
に目の
cut.
前で人が水になるのを見たとして、なぜカーレスさんは審判では無罪が望めないと思ったのでしょう。
Rah!
それについてはマルシラックから教えてもらった。パパがあの時どんな気持ちだったのかはもう分かったよ。真実にたどり着いたらあんたにも教えてあげるね。
ありがとうございます。カーレスさんの名
I
誉は
can't
任
even
せまし
find
たよ。
any mention of him being a content
実を
creator,
言う
but
と、
he's a
不
Chinese
義のカ
player,
ーレ
so
スという名は、
いやー
トゲのようにずっと心に
maybe
刺
he
さ
was
った
just
ままだ
a
ったのです。
really, really, really
事件から
rich
数
kid.
年間が経った今も、私はカー
Maybe
レ
he
ス
was
さん
like
と
the
呼び
son of
続
a
けてい
fucking
ます。
president or something.
ですが、固執しすぎだと多くの人に
Chinese
笑われて
players
きま
are
した。
unhinged when it comes to
しかし、
spending on Hoyo games.
カーレスさんの
Yeah.
信頼がなければ、
No, I
私は
kind
今
of
のよう
understand,
な
like,
生
because
活を送れていません。
let's be honest here,
スピナ
it's
デ
a
ィロ
Chinese
スラで
game
のチーム。
made by
他
Chinese
人にど
people,
う言われようと、
and
カーレス
yeah,
さんはいつだって
they're gonna be
私
like
の
a
最も
little
尊
bit
敬
of
する人
patriotism,
物。
but also you're gonna have the
私の
whole
ボスなのです。
this game made in China with Chinese people. Like it's gonna have like the best fucking
スピナリオ
voice
スさん
acting
の
and
他
stuff,
の
and it's
兄
like
弟たちも
it's gonna
み
be
んな
so
決着を
good
待ち望んでる。
if you play it entirely in Chinese. When you don't have like a risk of mistranslation and stuff, and you're gonna have like voice acting that is just on point and perfectly matched. Like, have you heard Paimon's Chinese voice? Holy crap! She's got the most adorable soft voice. And then like, oh, this is a free game. I would definitely understand being like, yeah, this game deserves that type of money. You hear someone spending a crap ton of money on Honkai Star or Genshin and what have you, but like, most likely a CN player. Exactly. Anyway, I'm going to be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna put some break time, run some ads, and so you guys have some time. Go to the toilet, go get yourself a glass of water if you need to, or like a small snack, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Nya! He is back. Is we're going to speak to Scary. No, teleport. That you. Thank you.
Yeah, dearie.
Let's see. Well, I have, but I haven't played in a while, so me forgot how she sounds. You need to go listen. Go to YouTube. Listen to what she sounds like in Chinese. Yeah. Why are you confused, Daniel? I unfortunately joined during the 5.6, so no. Oh no!
まるで俺が何かやらかしたせいで、
No!
村長に厄介ぐらいの出向をさせられてるみたいじゃないか。
But hey, you at least get like more event story. At least that's something.
別に戻ろうと思えばいつだって戻れるのさ。けどなんつうか、ポア村長には不思議な味ってもんがあるだろ。カーレスさんはポア村長を実によく管理してたんだぜ。
I wonder how long
スピ
this
ナディロ
story.
ースらをそつなく
Because
運
I
営して
think
た上
someone
に、
said it was
俺が処理するはずだった面倒事もいろいろと減らしてくれた。それなのにここで帰ったら、
I'm
こ
waiting
ん
for
な
my
楽に給料
conclusion
が
to
もらえる
load.
職務を放棄することになるんだぞ。まあ雑談はここまでにして。
What
そっちの
does
彼
that
はお前の友達か
mean?
い？俺に何か用か？
こいつらは私の相棒でね。歌劇場の事件のことがあってから、あれがパパの件と関係してるんじゃないかって思うようになったの。だから今、パパの件を調べ直しててね。
おお、そうだ。
Biggie mode!
人が
I
解ける
wish
ってやつだよな。
I wish I could set it up so the
最初
Biggie
に
mode
これを
works
聞い
in
た
this
時は
chat.
俺もかなり驚いたよ。もし当時の資料が欲しけりゃ何とかしてやろう。
あんがと。あ、そうだ。あんた、警察隊の警備ロボって動かせる？
そりゃもちろんさ。ポア村長はでっかいからな。俺一人で手が回るはずもないだ
Oh,
ろ。
thank you for the hydrate. I
な
just
んでまた
hydrated.
そんなこと聞くんだ。もし暴力に訴えて証拠を探そうってんなら俺は認めないぞ。
いや、実はさ、つい最近、街で警備ロボの集団に襲
Next
わ
week
れ
is
たんだ
gonna
よ。
be fucking
しか
wild.
も、番号のついてない奴らにね。で、考えてみたの。
Remember
あ
the
んたが
Gamba.
私に
I
手を出
just
したん
did
なら
Gamba.
警備ロボの番号を消せばやれちゃう話だなーって。そんなこと思っちゃったりして。違う？
俺を誰だと思ってるんだ。そんな大層なことできやしないさ。動かせることと完全にコントロールできることは全くわけが違うからな。そうだな。例えるなら、シェフに料理を注文したら料理を作ってくれるだろ。
No.
でも肩を揉んだ
No.
り井戸から水を汲んだりって注文には答えてく
That's
れない。
their no.
そんなデタラメな要求をしたところで、シェフに変人だと思われるだけだ。相手にされない。警備ロボの場合も似たようなもんさ。だいたいお前が言った番号を消すのだって、実際にやるとなるとかなり面倒なんだぜ。しかも見ただけで簡単にバレる。つまり、お前らの言ってる警備ロボは個人が所有してるもんだって断言できる。
Are you sure,
しかしあれ
Fieri?
は
What
かな
if
り高い
Fieri
から
is
な。
lying because
個
he's
人
a
で
bad
所有
guy?
するとなると、かなりの金持ちか権力者に限られる。
なるほどね。じゃあ、私がここに宣言してあげる。あんたの容疑は晴れたってね。
おっと、これはナビア城に感謝しないとね。さて、
I do
冗
not
談もここら
trust
辺
him.
にして、調査がうまくいくことを
I
祈
do
って
not
るぞ。
trust him for some
俺
reason,
は
you
まだ
guys.
しばらく町にいる。
Is he
もし
trying
警
to
察
trick
隊の
me?
支援が必要になったら、
What?
いつでも俺のところに来てくれ。
Marcel. All the way over there. Wait. Let's just go. Wow. Yeah. I just realized. Hey. Guys. I has the perfect character.
楽しい旅になるといいね。
My pretty much fully built Farina. Wait, have I shown her? I'm gonna show her. I'm kinda proud. Like, this is as good as it gets right now, but eventually I might get a better one. Oh, level 20. And then yeah, she's not completely finished here, but yeah, I'll get to that. Detail. That's a lot of HP. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with her. Yeah. So she doesn't half everyone's HP. And now we can run on the water! Running on the water! Da-da-da-da-da. I fucking love this. Oh wait, and then I have to jump off. Aww. Say it. Wait, can she survive from this height? Land on this roof. Or almost. I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think that is how it would handle it. God. It just yeeted me to the side.
こんにちは。本日はどういったご用件でしょう。マーセル会長と話したいから取り次いでくれる？ナビアが来たって伝えて。かしこまりました。少々お待ちください。
Yeah, go let him know.
どうもどうも。すまんな、待たせてしまって。年を取ったせいか、足があまり言うことを聞かなくて。
大丈夫、そう慌てなくてもいいって。歌劇場での出来事についてあんたと少し話したいの。あんた全部見てたでしょ？
Look at that fucking dog in the background! Guys, did you see the dog in the background?
あの時、お前
The dog is better dressed than I am!
なあ、私
Why
は
is
ナビ
the
アと共に
fucking
あのマジ
dog
ックショーを見に行
better
ってた。
dressed than I
まさかあんなことが起こるとは思わなかったが、
That's
君たちの素晴
hilarious.
らしい推理も見させてもらったよ。実に見事なものだった。
Right now, what am I
あの場所で
wearing?
水神様を論
A
破するとは
hoodie! With a cat on it.
フォンテーヌ中の人間が
Stuffed,
君
stuffed,
たちを
stuffed
笑いに
and,
酒を飲んでることだ。
and toe socks!
なんかおつまみにされてるみた
I
い
need
で
to have more toe socks
素直
to
に喜べないな。
do my throne.
すま
I
ん
want
す
to
まん。
find ones
フォンテーヌ
Do
と
you
は
guys
この
think
よ
there's
うな
toe
場所でな
socks with like
仕方あるまい。
that are designed to look like
お祭り騒ぎ
they
が
have
大
like
好きな
cat
のだ。
pads on them?
どうか気になさらないでくれ。
マーセルおじさん、
I need
あ
that.
んたも気づいたよね。
It's the perfect
人
mix
が
of
解
two
けたこ
worlds.
とにどんな意味があるのか。
ああ、私はその場ですぐカーレスさんのことを思い出したよ。君たちは今、あの事件の調査をしているのだな。
ええ、証拠はまだあんまりつかめてないけど、相手が動き出したってことは間違いない。
うん。というと？
私に原始大会の水を飲ませようとした連中がいたんだよ。それにエリニュス島で番号のない警備ロボに襲われてね。もし相棒がいてくれなかったら
Wow.
今頃こうやってあんたに会うこともできなかった。そうかしこまるなって。
Of Fossilized Wonders comes to Twitch too. Are you just bringing up random ass games again that aren't actually real? Just
こと
random
が複
words
雑になり始めてい
ending
る
like
よう
they're
だ
real
な。
and everyone should know it.
どうやらカーレスさんが望んでい
Look
た
in the game
平
has
和
better
も
fashion sense than now. Hey! I didn't say better fashion sense. I said they were better dressed.
少なくとも
Those are
ポアソン
two
町はまだ安全
very
だ。
different things.
まずはそこに身を隠すといい。あそこにまで手を出そうとする輩がいたら、カブリエル商会が全財産を投
At
げ
least
打
I'm
ってでも
dressed better than this guy who
最後まで
clearly
戦おう
just painted the clothes right
あ
onto his
なた
body.
マーセルおじさん。
I am at least not
も
down
う
to
隠
that.
れるつもりはないの。この勢いに乗じて畳みかけようと思っててね。で、昔のあの事件のことなんだけどさ、なんか新しく気づいたことってある？
それについては、
Wait, I should get a hat.
すまない。
Guys
年を取ってから記憶力が
How
悪くな
much
る
do you
一方
think
で
a
な。
real top hat would
思い出す
cost?
のも一苦労なんだ。
Child
確か
size
当
top
時
hat is probably
パ
not
ーティーを主
just
催
as
したの
fine,
は
so I would
私たちだ
probably
っ
have
た。
to get it custom
だ
made.
が、私
Because
は
my
ずっと
head is
パ
so
ーティーの準備
tiny!
で忙しかった。
I don't like that!
客人と一杯楽し
Thank
む
you for
暇すらな
Empress!
かった。
Yeah?
そうこうしていると例の銃声が聞こえたんだ。その後のことは君も全部知ってるだろ
うん。もう大丈夫。無理しないで。他にも手がかりがないか、よそでも聞いてみるから。
う。あ
It's like a real
もし
top
モラ
hat.
が必要になったら遠慮なく私に言っ
And
てく
not
れ。
like a steampunk one, like a
私の財
normal
産
top
は
hat.
すべてカーレスさ
And
ん
then I
の
will
恩恵によ
spruce
る
it
もの
up
だ。
with like
彼の
a
名誉を
cat
挽回で
toy
きるのな
on
ら
it.
いくらでもモラを
Because
捧げよう。
why not? How many people do we have to do this with before we can get more stories?
開幕だ。これで可能性のある容疑者3人。みんないたって普通だったな。
I didn't even listen, so
ま、これも想定内ってとこかな。だって、
Station was all
た
that
っ
you
た一度の会話で
find
尻
about
尾を
my
つかめるほど甘い連中だったら、パパ
investigate
が
the case
何
for
年
so
もか
many
けて
years.
調査することもなかったでしょ。とにかく情報は少ないけど一旦整理してみよっか。どこから始めればいいんだ？ああ、そうそう。さっきフローレントが言ってたように、カーレスが最初に銃を撃ったやつじゃないってのにはオイラも同意だな。ジャックの家族の話によると、彼は家を出るとき、もう正体がバレてるから他に選択肢はないって言ってたらしいね。私が思うに、パパを殺さないと自分と家族が全員死ぬことになるって上の連中に脅されてたんじゃない？じゃあ最初に銃を撃ったのはジャックってことか？へえ、どうして？そっか、自分が人殺しの道具として利用されてるのはジャックだって気づいてたはずだ。もし道具がその役目を終えたら使い道がなくなって。うん。つまり、ジャックのその時取った行動として最も可能性があるのは、そうなるね。でも、
Name a better game
これ
from
はあくまで
2025
私たち
Bravely
の
Default
推測に
HD
過ぎないし、
Remaster?
立
Heck
証しような
yeah!
証拠がない。あと、ジャックの動機以
Pokemon
外に、
Legends
警備
today?
ロボの件もかなり気がかりなんだよね。原始大会の水の秘密がバレてから、
How is the
向こうの
remaster
動き
game
に
from this
明
year?
らかな
It's
焦
still
りを
a
感じ
game
られ
that's
るでし
being
ょ。
released this
まさか、
year,
オイラ
the
たちが手がかりを持って
remaster version.
ここまでたどり着くのを、
So yeah.
あの時
Also,
見抜いてたって
I
ことか。
personally can say
今の
Rune
状況から見
Factory.
るに、黒幕はそこまで予想
I
し
want
て
Rune
た可能
Factory.
性が
Please,
高い
how
と
come
思
I
う。
can't?
となる
Can't you
と、
make me
問
like
題は
your
マルシラックが
official?
絞った3人の容疑者のうち、
Can't you sponsor me
誰が
by
警備
giving
ロボ
me
を
a
コン
free
トロー
copy
ル
of
できる
Rune
かって
Factory
なるね。
Guardians of Azuma? I will play it on stream. Oh wait.
ティエリー？なるほど。もしかしたら警備ロボを使用で使う手段を持
I
ってる
so
かもし
wanna
れない
play
ね。
Rune Factory
でも、警
Guardians
備
of
ロボの
Azuma.
話は本当っぽかったし、嘘をついてるようにも見え
Like
な
it
かったか
still
な。
looks like it has a little bit
確かに
wonky,
そうだな。
like
それに、
3D
もし
animations. I
嘘
feel
を
like
ついてたら、
the
警察隊
people
に行って
playing
調
it,
べ
or
れば
not playing it,
罰
the
アウ
people
トだ
making the
し、
game
どっかの
probably
警備
should
ロボ
bring
が
in
なくなった
someone
ら、
who knows how
す
to
ぐに
make
足がつきそうだしな。
animations in 3D. But it looked a lot better. Like a lot better compared, like the latest trailer looked way better compared to like the first trailer. They made a huge improvement on that. Of course, find out when and how that.
マーセルおじさん？うん。確かにパパは彼のことをかなり信
I
用し
have
て
no
たし、
clue what it is.
生前はいろいろと協力してた。そのつながりがあれば、ジャックの正体を知ることだってできたかもしれない。それに、
Yeah.
カブリエール商会の財力な
Like
ら、
Pokemon
警備ロボも
Auras
十分
aren't
な数を
as
買える
fucking
はずだ
games
し、
just because of remakes of a
でも、
2002 game pair.
ちょっと想
Exactly,
像で
that's
き
a
ないか
stupid
な。
fucking logic.
マーセルおじさんは私が子供の
Like
頃
the
からずっと
original
そばにいて
game,
くれた人だし、
it
で
came
も
out at a,
もし
an
彼が
earlier
黒
time.
幕だったら、ず
However,
っとモラと
the
ロイルをかけて
remaster
ロシの
is
商売を自
not
分で妨害して
the
きたって
original
ことに
game.
なるでしょ。
And there's gonna be changes. There's gonna be like a lot of new stuff maybe. there's gonna be like additions, edits.
フローレント？確かに彼はパパと一番親しいし、ジャックの正
A
体を知るのに
remaster
最も
or a
難易度の
remake
低い
is
立場では
not
あ
the
るけど、
same game
ギャングの細胞
as
として
the
人
original.
事と治安に関する事
Otherwise,
務を
it
担当
wouldn't
して
be
るから、
called remaster
財
or
務にも
remake.
関与してなかったはず。
It would simply be named the exact same as the original.
あいつはあまりモラを持ってないってことだな。そういうこ
No,
と。
because those
あれ
remakes
だけ
play
の警備
different.
ロボを一気に
Yeah,
送り出すなんて
So they
難
are
し
a
いと思うよ。
separate game
は
that is an
まったく。
improvement of
誰が
upon
黒
an
幕なの？
old one. Like an older game. Okay, which of the three suspects was most likely to have committed a crime? Serial disappearances of young women. Case. Okay, so like, okay, so I think okay.
あ、確かに。そう考えると、一番可能性があるのはやっぱり
Relative
マーセ
Default
ルおじさん
HD
かな。
Remaster isn't just an upscale.
容
It's
疑者を
adapted
絞
for
りすぎ
playing
た
on
っ
a
て
single
可能性
screen
はない
and
か？
it has extra
マル
things.
チラックのや
So
つが
yes, I
あいつ
will
らに
call
目
it
を
a
つけた時、
2025 game
人が
regardless
溶け
because
る
it's
っていう
releasing
事
in
実をま
2025.
だ知らなかっただろ？
Absolutely.
う
Back!
ん。
Are we winning?
マルシラックは
Yes,
かなり
we
慎重なや
are!
つなの。
Yeah!
理由もなく容疑者
And
を
I
排除したりしない
100%
と
agree
思う。
because, like, if you compare
彼が
Final
判断した根
Fantasy
拠もちゃんと
VII,
筋が通って
the
るしね。
remake,
スピナディロー
to
ス
the
ターの動きを
original
把
Final
握し、
Fantasy
警
VII,
備ロボを利
you're
用で
gonna
きる
feel
他
like
の財
those
力
are
を
two
持ってい
very
た。
different
か
games,
つ思
right?
慮深く先を見通せ
So
る
the
人
year
物。
that the remake was
心の中で
released,
どんだけ否定しても、
was it not
この推理は疑
worthy
いようが
of
ない。
being like voted in for like, hey, this is one of the best games this year. We
推
should
理と
vote
か
for
推
this.
測ばっかしてても
Was it not worthy of that?
話は進まないと思うぞ。それに、オイラた
Just
ちには
because
ま
it
だ
was a
あれ
remake.
が残ってるだろ？
Loved it. I still have to play through the entire thing.
そうね。
Yep.
準備も
I
な
want
し
the
に
Final
あそこを
Fantasy
探るのは
IX
リス
remake.
クがかなり高いって
Same.
マルシラッ
I
クが
want
言
to
って
see
た
more
けど、
remakes of Final Fantasy
今は
overall.
もう
Like,
そ
I
こを
want to
調べる
see
しか方
basically
法がない
every
か
single
も。
Final Fantasy game
私たちが持っている情
remade
報では、犯人を
up
告
to
白するの
like
に
the
不十分
point
だか
where
ら
it's
ね。
the.
ラビア城ここにいたのか
We already got
ずっ
7.
と探してたんだぞ
That one is already in the works. Once that one is entirely done, I don't know if there's gonna be like any more parts to that one. But like once that one is done,
お前ら
I
が
would
去っ
love
て
to
すぐ
see 8,
エリニ
then
ストから
9,
知ら
and
せが
then
届いた
maybe we can go back to like the first game and like have a
審判がまた行わ
really,
れるら
really
しい
good
ぞ
reimagination
そ
of
んな
that one.
騒ぐようなこと？あそこは審
That
判の
would
た
be
めに作られた場所でしょ？
いや
Leave it to Cerner to mention some obscure game and say it's the best game releasing this year.
タルタリアっていうファディの執行官って話だ
Wait,
どう
child?
したの？ま
Child?
さか知り合い？
Even if I can't play action RPGs to save my life with, I'll try if we get 9.
今度はそいつが
Same.
連続少女失踪事件の犯人として告発されたみたいだ
I
ど
love
う思う
action RPGs, but I can't really say I'm that good at it.
なんで
I
そん
really
な
have
こと
to
に？
practice.
その
I'm
人
good
と
at like
私たちの調査とは
Genshin.
全く関係なかったでしょ？
And I'm back.
俺もおかしいと思ってた急いでお前らに
Welcome
知らせに来たってわけさもし彼に対する告発
Take
が有
pose.
罪にな
I
った
can do
ら
that.
過去の事件を調べようには
I'm
もう
just
警
gonna
察
go
隊が
back
応じて
up
くれなく
for
な
a
るかも
bit.
しれない
うん。犯人が見つかったことになるからね。
そうなりゃカーレスさんの冤罪を晴らすのが今よりもずっと難しくなるはずだ
わかった。相棒、あんたはどうしたらいいと思う？
Ah, the horror.
まだ確たる証拠はな
What
い
did
け
the
ど。
blanket say when it fell off the bed? Oh shit. How did you know my blanket fell off the bed? It did. You can't see that. You can't see that.
手分け
He was a gremlin. Yeah. I would love a remake of Final Fantasy VI. Nice. I haven't played anything other than the 7th one
さすが
and like
私の相棒。
14.
自信たっぷ
I
りじ
do
ゃん。
have 15 though. I
連続
want
少
to
女
get
失
into
踪
that
事
one
件に
eventually.
関係する審判だし、黒幕側もきっと歌劇場に集中してるはず。この状況なら
Don't worry about
他
it.
に
I
気を
have
配
my
る余
way.
裕もなくなってるだろうね。
The gasp.
まさに絶好のチ
Are
ャン
you spying on me?
ス。よし、決まり。
Looking
私は
through the
歌劇場に行って時間を
dimensions.
稼ぐよ。
Oh no, the horror you must see every day you won't watch me. I'm the chosen one after all.
勝つなんて夢のまた夢。
Nya.
だから待ってるよ。あんたが決定的な証拠を持って私のお前が審判でオイラたちを助けてくれた時と一緒だ。
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Expedition 33 became Game of the Year. I still have to check that game out because I've heard people mention it and I've heard that it's supposed to be like
あんたたち
a really, really big
お嬢様がポアソン町から離れ
work
る
of
のを見て
passion.
助けが必要だと思ったので
And I
す。
definitely
私たち二人が
have
お
to
嬢
check
様のそば
out
にいれ
just
ば
because of that. Because there's
少
so
なりとも
many
安心
games
感
that
を
are
得
just
られるでし
rushed
ょう。
out because they need the money and then they sort of end up half-assed.
タイム
So I want to see more works of passion that end up getting the time and like
約束だ。
time and the resources they deserve. Because people's passions
何
matter.
度も言ったし、オイラたちも早速行
And
動
they
して
matter a lot.
目的
especially
地
when
は
it
マ
comes
ッ
to
プ
making
に載ってるから、とりあえずマルシラックの情報によると、ロシを作ってる場所は水中にあるみたいだ。
Oh yeah, apparently
入って探
I
そうぜ。
read this. But apparently, because I tried doing this, right? You have this, you can do this, and then when you go up, it's just, like that. However, the Fontainian Dolphin jump! Apparently, it's only the Fontainians that can do that. I'm kind of sad. I see your little thing. I see your challenge. I see your challenge. Yes, yes, yes. And I see your chest. Get over here! Let's... There we go. Ah! Oh. I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Except I can't. Okay, I need to hit both of these. Somehow. That. Okay, maybe I need to start challenge. Oh. Easy peasy. Yeah. Unrelated, but my friend was farming for me in Honkai Star Rail. He said Anaksha is good, and so I said, yeah, Polo, sure. But when I saw Cypher's gameplay from a trailer and Anaksha who, I don't even know her gameplay. I just saw her cat ears, and I was sold. Okay, that's all they needed. Cat ears. And especially since I am so mad I didn't get casters because I lost my 50-50. Can you guess what character I got instead? The red-haired character. Like, what's her name again? Himeko. I got her. I would rather have gotten Welt. I was so mad. I wanted new character. I'm disappointed. Oh, Himiko, yeah. Like, she's good. It's nice to have one that attacks even when it's not her turn. But I kinda really wanted Castery. Like, really, really wanted her. I'm so mad. I'm taking a break from Gestorial. But then, it's like, oh yeah, no, cat girl. Who have you selected for a 50-50 loss? Himeko was part of that because apparently you had to fill like every single stop. So she's like the last one I added to do that. then of course, you know, my favorite dragon. Change anyone out for Blade, Steely, or slash Bushwa? Yeah, I think so. Not Blade though. But Fushwan, I think. Actually, I would have to check. I can do that real quick.
どうやら質問をもう一度繰り返す必要があるようだ。タルタリア殿。連続少女失踪事件の容疑について、その告発を承認するか否か、お答えいただけるかね。
正直、君たちのその複雑な審判の手続きも、どうして俺にわけのわからない罪を着せようとしてるのかも、こっちはよくわかってないんだけど。でもまあ、告発された人は決闘で身の潔白を証明できるんだろ。つまり俺がこの罪さえ受け入れれば決闘代理人のクロリンデと全力で戦えるってことだ。そうだよね。
He's like, yeah, I want to duel. I want to duel. That's why I'm doing this.
以前個人的に彼女と戦いはしたけど、向こうは明らかに
decided like I'm gonna take the blame for this random crime that I have no idea who committed.
立場をわきまえたらどうだ。君は容疑者。ここは君が喧嘩するためにあるんじゃないんだ
Yeah, so I can have a battle.
へえ、どうやら水神様は俺に過激
I
上の
lost
ル
the
ー
50-50
ルを
when
教え
Polly
よ
for
うと
cast
してくれてるみ
Restream,
たい
and
だ。
I was happy because I
じ
wanted
ゃ
her.
あ試してみるかい。
Nice. I would at least have been happy I had gotten oh, what's her name now again? The tiny dragon girl. I really love her. A lot. Ah, Farina
どうやら我々の意思疎通にはやや困難があるようだ。
Yeah.
これでは話もなかなか進まない。なら
Okay,
ば
now let's.
今一度説明させてもらおう。この審判の目的
So
は
they should be under
連続少
court,
女失
right?
踪事件の犯人を見つけ出すことであり、
その件は彼と関係ないよ。犯人は別にいる。
Mm.
どういうこと？
Where do I see like which ones I have
ほ
still?
ら言っ
Like,
ただろう。犯人がファドゥイの執行官のはずないって。
ナディアさん、これで
あれ
2度目だ。前回は重要な証人を連れてきたがゆえに、そ
Bailu.
の行
Yeah,
為を
yeah,
見
yeah.
逃したが、
Zack.
決してそれは秩序にのっとったやり方ではない。今ならば君を審判侮辱罪で裁くことも可能だと知れ。
まさかこの法廷の茶番に少しでも私が敬意を払ってると思って
I
る？
am so confused.
それも重要なことじ
Thank
ゃ
you for
な
her
い。
that she's rerunning
あんた
next
と言い
patch.
争う必要
Oh
なん
my
てないから
god,
ね。
she's rerunning. Isn't she gonna be rerun alongside
連
the
続少女
cat
失
girl?
踪事件の真犯人は
Dang.
今から
I'm so
告
much
発
trouble.
するってこと。
Oh no.
私の告発が成立したら、そっちのタルタリアさんはもちろん無罪になるんでしょ？
Now, where do I check
俺
like
の
who I
罪を晴らす
selected?
ために自ら飛び込んで
As
く
my
る人がいる
backup.
とはね。実に面白い。まあ、俺も正直に言うと、
no, just sign.
こんな面倒な規則にうんざりしてたところなんだ。
Okay,
では、
how
お言
do
葉に
I
甘えさせ
see
ても
which
らおう。
ones I selected?
さあ
Celestial
ね、
Invitation, is
し
that
ばら
one?
くは俺の出番がなくなったってことで大丈夫かな？大審判
Okay,
官か。
so
しばし観客席に座っているといい。
I have
だがタルタリア殿。
Yeah.
容
So I
疑者から
have
外れたわけではないことを
first
夢
one,
夢忘れぬよう。
Dealey,
ではナビア
Dunking,
さん、告発したいものを
Clara,
述べよ。
Himiko, and Well.
それは
So, yeah. Actually, wait. I'm just gonna do screenshot. No, that's not what I meant. God damn it! Screenshot, damn it! There, and now I can share it later. Say Celine Dunking. I don't know how to pronounce Chinese names, okay? I'm reading them like they sound like in like to someone with English brain. It's not culprit for the appearance of the jungle. blanket goers heard gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Carlos had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped. Thus, a judge have been held. So. So he says he didn't have a gun. But here's a gun in his hand. Yes. I got it first try! Still is a German word. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? You think I know German? Junking. Ah, it's...
念のため説明させていただこう。
Right, Junking.
告発とは非常に厳粛な行為であり、
But
相
Robert,
応の責任を背負う必要のあることだ。仮に告発により有罪判決が出なかった場合、君は場合によって侮辱の罪が課せられることになる。
What?
それを知ってもなお告発を。
もちろん。
ではここに
Phonetics that I
告
do
発が
not
成立したこ
understand.
とを宣言する。
I need an actual
そちらの代理人たち
course
と共
in
に
phonetics
叱る
for
べ
me
き場
to
所
be
に突き溜まる。
able to understand this
そ
because
して
it
警察
makes no sense how like
マーセル殿に
everything is
出廷するよう
supposed to be
通達
pronounced
せよ。
so differently depending on like what language. Like, why couldn't they write it as it sounds like to someone with an English mind when you're using the English alphabet?
ああ、申し訳ない。突然すぎて何が起こったのかまだ把握できていなくてな。多分
Why
必要
did
ない
it
だろ
have
う。
use
ナデ
a
ィアもきっ
Q?
と何か勘違いしているに違い
Why?
ない。
よかろう。
Why did they turn the Q
これで審
into
判に当たる
T?
双方の人員がすべて揃った。さて、原告側から主張を述べたまえ。
この件は3年前の不義のカーレスの事件まで遡る必要
Because
が
different
ある。
languages.
あの
Yes,
事件の
but
真
if
相
you
を解明
translate
してから
something that has a
ようやく
completely
連続傷
different
失踪事件
like
の全体像
system
が見え
of
てくるの。
a completely different writings, and they
私がカーレ
they
スさん
don't
の
use
件
the
の
same
犯人
letters.
だと思っている。
Why would you
私
choose
には
to
全く
write
動機がない。
T
カーレスさんは私
as
の恩
Q
人だ。
I?
しかも当時、
Why?
私は君と一緒
Why
に銃声を聞
specifically
い
did
て
you have to
外
do
に
that?
駆けつけたじゃないか。
I need to understand the thoughts behind that because different languages is just not a good answer. It's like in English, you pronounce a bunch of letters in a bunch of different ways, and it's like,
観客たちだって
yeah, it's annoying, but I can kind of understand where they're going
この
from.
僕でさえ
How
よ
do you
く覚え
say
てないし
key then?
え
Key!
えおっ
Key!
しゃる通り
How
で
do you pronounce
す
Q in the word quest?
この場にいる全員にあの事件の経
You
緯
know,
を
like
思い
key
出しても
charging?
らってから
Yes,
説
I
明
say
したんだ
key
けど
charging! And so do the vast majority if you take like anyone. You go and so anyone that doesn't actually know Chinese, you ask them, how do you read this?
事件
And they will say
ス
key
ピナディロースらは
because that's
賓
what
客
it
と共に
feels like
カ
it
ブリエール
should
商会
be.
が所有する郊外の荘園でパーティー
E
に興じていた。
equals she. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why it became like that. Because
このパーティーの際、
pronounce
屋外より2発の銃
this
声が
word,
響き、
please.
それをすべての賓客が耳にしている。
Pronounce. Hold on.
その場にいる者たちが駆けつけると、容疑者であるカーレスは銃を手にしていた。一方、
Pronounce that.
彼と面会をしていたはずのジャックは凶弾に倒れ、
Chest.
死亡が確認されている。
Question. It's quest. So somewhere in people's brains, the Q have turned into a k sound when it's put first. So why is it that
警察隊のメンバーによる
Chinese
現場
write
検
it
証により、
out in the
カ
English
ーレスが手
with
に
the
していたもの
English
以外に銃
letter
は見つか
system?
っていない。
Well, one specifically You
容疑
turned
者の
the
放った弾
Chinese
丸は1発目が外れ、2発目
like
でジャックを殺害したという結論
signs,
に至っ
I
た。
don't know what they're called, into the English alphabet. Why did they choose to write she?
これら内容はいずれも容疑者に否認されておらず、
Why?
本人による反論もなかった。そ
Now,
の
a
代わり
phonetics expert would
決闘で
prove
己
you
の
wrong
名
about
誉を
all
守
that.
る
Yes,
ことを
but
容
there's
疑者は
none
選んだ。
here now. If there were, maybe they could fucking explain this to me in a way I understand. Because just say different languages.
そして
Like Chinese do not have the
決闘
letter
代理人クロ
Q.
リンダに
They
敗
have
北し
their own system for
命を
writing.
落とすこととなった
So yes, I understand. There are different languages, and different languages have different ways of
以上
writing.
が
But
当時の事件を
when
表
you
した。
move onto a different alphabet, you should follow that alphabet's rule. So what rule is it? Where does it come from? What rule is it that turns the Q, which you pronounce when you read out the letter? How do you pronounce it? Do you say chew? Do you say it as chew? Do you say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, chew? Or S-T-U-V. Like, you don't say chew. You say Q. So most people would assume it's a K sound. That's just how
殺人を
brain
しないとい
works.
けない状況に
Check
あった
the
のは
screenshot.
パパじゃなくてジャックだった。
Screenshot where?
でもジャックにはそれをする理由がなかった。2回の銃声が響いた真相は、1発目がジャックに撃たれた時の音で、2発目が銃を奪ったパパが第三者を殺そうと
Yeah,
した
okay,
時のもの。
yeah.
でも黒幕は第三者が水にかけるよ
Pronounced
う
as
手を
chi
回してい
is
た。
an open collaborative wireless
その
charging
痕跡は
standard
見つか
developed.
らなかった。
Yeah, if you Google it, but most people don't Google every single pronunciation. They assume based on the previous knowledge that they have, right?
今の推論は最も可能性が高いものだと言える
In
でしょうね。
most of the English language, for some reason,
原始大会の
the
水が
letter
人を
Q
溶かすと
is
したような
pronounced with a K
状
sound.
況は大きく変わってくる。
Why is it that it's pronounced chi? Why is it chi? Specifically, in these instances. What rule is it following? Is it like every time there's an I after the Q, it becomes a soft ch sound? Is that it? Is that a rule? I need the specific rule that explains this to me. Like, if you have a K and an E in Swedish, the K is a soft K, and that means it's pronounced with a sh sound instead of a k sound, which means instead of kicks, it's supposed to be pronounced like checks. We don't say kiala, we say shiala. And now for the kex one, like that one is sort of something that has been made into like, it's sort of. It's sort of like an exception. I have literally never heard anyone say key as key. Well, I have. Because I don't just talk with people who know Chinese. And there's a ton of people who have never even heard a single word of Chinese. You just... Wait, you just hold up the word. Piladare. Ask them. P-charger. Or she-charger. Ask them. If they have never heard Chinese, what they think it's supposed to be pronounced like. I guarantee you 99% are gonna say he. Because unless they specifically know the Chinese word chi, or like the Chinese pronunciation, they're gonna assume it's pronounced the way that it sounds like with other words. As a case, this has nothing to do with Chinese in this instance. And yet there are other words that are with a Q that doesn't have the QB ch. Not that I know a lot of Q words. Ah, thank you so much for following! Wait, sorbet shark cook? Is it sorbet? It's sorbet, right? Sorbet shark cook? I hope you're good at making sorbet. Meow. Okay, 2 gunshots.
クの家族もただ当然
After conducting the investigation, it's now certain that Callus did not break down. Moreover, details of the case point towards possible existence of murder.
やっぱ
No. There.
その人物
First shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Beckett's life. Detection. Murder. But it turns out that there is a method that... Yeah, now then.
事件現場にはけど今にそして
Aha!
そして
Got lag!
は
Oh
その3人を
no!
水で溶かし
Got
つい
lag!
で
Oh
に
no!
濡れ衣をカーレスにかぶせたってわけ
That's just how it be
これこそ
sometimes.
があの事件
Yeah. Well, thank you for redeeming the nyara nyara. Nyara nyara. Oh wait, it doesn't pick up on the purse. Hold on, I will have to set up the sensitivity a lot. There. I got a feeling that I'm gonna fail my theory exam for my driver's license if I don't get my failed question down below 5. I think it's gonna be fine, like, you're talking about the theory test. The theory test is awful, but if it's anything like taking it in Sweden, you're gonna have a... You're going to have a screen in front of you. The screen is gonna ask you the question. You're gonna have like a pen, like, it's a touchscreen. Just... You get the pen, you just click on the correct answer, and it instantly checks which ones you got correct and which ones you didn't get correct. And like, so there's like a bunch of ways to practice where they have the same system, and yeah, I'm allowed to have 5 questions wrong. Yeah, in that case, I feel like the best way to go about this, you take a test that has 10 questions. At first, check all the answers you got wrong. You do a flashcard, and you write down what you got wrong, and you write down the correct answer to that, and why it's correct. And then you have like this little feeling where you have these flashcards and you just spin them around and you select a random one and you're like, okay, this one, why is this? Why does this work? And then you bring up, you talk out loud to yourself, like, this is the correct answer because la 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 la. And that is a good way to practice. That's just how I did it for one at least. Though I didn't have like a ring that I could done at the time, but like, yeah, that's one of them. It's a really good way of studying. Also, as for Yangjing, is spelled like that. Pinyin, i.e. the Chinese phonetic alphabet. Also, you literally hear how it's pronounced in-game. I don't. Because I've never gotten to the point where I've had a single character talk to the character. So yeah. How are ya? I hope you're having a nyasum day today. Also, somebody hydrate.
連続少女失踪事件の犯人にとって
I've run out of drinks.
原始大会の水の力はとても重要な秘密でした。
I do still have about 2 weeks before the
カーレ
exam.
スは
Yes.
それを暴
Then
露す
set
る
up
こ
a
と
few
も
flashcards,
隠す
like
ことも
all
選
the
択できた
questions
のは
that
事
you
実
write
です。
that you get
けどあ
wrong.
の時
Write
好
down
き
the
なリロー
question,
ズらは情勢
the
が不安
correct
定で
answer,
カーレスの人望
read
が地に
about
落
it,
ちてる状況でした。
and then like do a little bit
そんな
of
タイミングで
yeah,
こ
this
れ
is
ほど重要な
correct
手がかり
because
を
blah.
公にしても
This is
犯
correct
人を引っ
because
張り出せるとは
da
限
da
り
da.
ません。
It's a really good way of studying without having to do like a ton of study because you keep it short.
当時
You do
お
that
嬢
for
様
5
に少女
minutes
失踪事件のターゲ
and
ッ
you're
トとし
good.
て選
And
ばれ
if you
てしま
can't
う
remember, you Google it
そうボスからお聞きしており
or
ます
you consult your book. If you have a book, a physical book, the best thing to do is also to add like this
数
tag.
年前から
So
犯
if
人
you
と
have a
スキマディロー
question
ズらの間で
which
激しい
you
争いが勃発していたはずです
didn't get correct
そうなってしまえば
during like your
私
practice
だけでな
test,
く組織のみん
just
なも危
add
険
a
にさらされ
little
てしまいます
paper which has the number
仮に
that
そんな状況になったと
corresponds
し
with
て
the
も
question.
警察
So
隊
you
は
can, like,
事件の真相を
look it up
明らかにで
real
きたでしょうね。そし
My
て
Wi-Fi decided to go and
ス
buy
ピナディ
milk.
ロースらは
Back
無
to
実
good
だ
old
と
personal
公正
internet.
な判決を下してくれてたと思う。
No! I'm so glad my internet is
そ
working
の
with
公
my
正に何の意味があ
current
るんです？誰を守れるというの？
router. Like buying
その
a
公正さに
more expensive
この
router
歌劇場
helps
に
me because
少
oh my
しでも
god,
正
it's
義
so
を
much
期待できる
better.
のなら、パパはそもそもスピナディロー
Anyway,
ス
I'm
を
gonna head
立
to
ち上
bed
げ
now.
るなんてことはしなかったはず。
Understandable. You take care,
その
Badger.
秘密を隠すことを選べば、
And I hope you had a
互い
nice
に
day,
弱
and
みを握った
I'm
ま
sure
ま
you will do
睨
great.
み合いの状態を維持
Keep
できます。
practicing.
私がス
What
ピ
you
ナディロ
call
ー
a
スらの
belt
トップ
made
に
of
なれば、
watches? A
連
waste
中は
of
ますます
time.
私を消すことが難しくな
Yes.
る。より時間を稼げるようになります。そして、
It kind of reminds me about this guy that does skits about
準備
how
を整えるんで
words
す。
can sound like
この
other
歌劇場
words,
では
sorta.
こ
And
の
it's like,
私が真実と名誉をパパに
okay,
返す。
so how does
つまり
your time
カレスはわざと死
reader
を選んだ
thing
と
work?
君は
Oh,
主張するんだ
So
ね。
this one has a
So-
pendulum that swings at a
証拠は？
certain pace, and then it
も
ticks,
ちろんあります。
and it does this, and it moves
他で
forward
もない
at the set speed,
パパの
which
決
means
闘相手だっ
the
た
time
ク
moves
ロリン
forward.
デです。
And then it's like, oh, nice.
あんたの
I
謝
kind
罪
of
も
like that.
あんた
And
の
if you
自
put
責
it on
も
a belt, you
あん
can
たの
have
世
a
話も
waste of time.
私には必要ない。私に負い目を感じる
Like,
必要もない。
that's not exactly the way he said it,
パパ
obviously.
に頼まれたんでしょ？
I just can't remember the name of the guy. He's on YouTube, he makes
あん
like
たはそ
YouTube.
の期待を裏切るべきじゃない。
I don't know if it's
ふむ。
might be
で
TikTok.
は、決
He
闘
might
の
be doing
時、
TikToks and
カー
like
レスが
moving
死を
them
望
over
んで
to
いるよう
TikTok.
に感じたかい？
はい感じました。決闘代理人として私は数えきれないほどの戦いを経験してきました。不名誉な者の命も
My friend have a horse named Mayo, sometimes
さ
mayonnaise.
まざまな人の生命への活動も
Ah,
この目にしてきました。
god damn it, that's so
揺るぎ
bad.
ないもの
What's with my
Kyo
chat
Kijita mono.
and all the dad
Kyo
jokes?
Kijita
Do you
mono.
just wanna be called
Sorry.
daddy? Is that it?
私には一目でわかる。
Daddy? Are you happy
生を
now?
求める
Are you
人
happy?
死を求める人
What
の
do
違
you call a
い
cow with no legs? Ground
決
beef.
闘代理人としての立場と名誉にか
I
けて
guess
誓い
dad came home with the milk.
カーレ
Because
スは
look at here. Look over here
生
in
きよう
chat.
とする意志を
Dad
持っていなかっ
jokes.
たと。
ならば、僕から他に質問はない。どうやら過去のあの事件は、本当に再調査する価値があるようだ。
私も同感だ。だがナビアさん、この事件と君が告発するものの関係性を我々はまだ聞いていない。
確かにそうだな。さっきの推理は見事だったけど。
あれ、少女失踪事件の話じゃなかったっけ？
もちろんあるよ。この2つの事件の関係性はタイミングにあるの。
Oh?
当時、この事
Yeah,
件
I'm
に
back
黒幕
with the
はジャ
milk.
ックとカーレスの両方に死んでもら
Hey
う必
guys,
要があっ
guys, we're no longer
だから
fatherless.
銃声を2回聞いてから手を出して、
How you doing,
そして
child?
リネのあ
What
の
the heck
審判
did
の最
you
後
make
に
me do?
黒幕は身分が露呈しかけた時になって警察隊員をみんなの前で溶かした。つ
Now,
まりタイミングが良すぎるのよ。
now と。
あれほど完璧なタイミングで犯行に及ぶ
お国の
なんて
嫁は
現
ナオ
場
トですよ
に本人が。いない限りできることじゃない。3年前のパーティーも
Let's
この
test
間の
something.
リ
How
ネ
would
に
you
対
say
する審判
Fremine?
も
New
2
Billet.
回とも現場にいた
You
人
know
物
French.
こそがそこのマーセルって
I've
わけ。
been specifically told how to
そ
say
んな
them.
理由で私を疑っていたのか
So that's it. I do not know Chinese that well.
それを聞くと少々冗談
I
が
know
過ぎるよ
that
うに
if
感
it
じるな。
ends
だが
with
もう慣れたよ。
just... Okay, so
Navia.
Freminate,
君は小
is
さ
a
い頃から
single
衝動
ET
的
at
に
the
なり
end.
やすかった。
That means the T is
そ
silent.
れに感情に振り
And
回
it's
さ
like
れやすい。
A.
まあ、それもまた
So
君の
Fremine,
可愛いところではあるがね。
It's the
今
one
更
that's
昔の
currently
話で
on
動揺
the
を誘おうとて。
banner is
無駄だ。
also like that. Escoffier.
先ほどの推
Even
理
though
につい
it's
て
an
上げ足を取
ER.
るつもり
So
は
this
ないんだ
final letter
が
for some reason is silent.
それ
However,
が真実であれば
New
2
Billet,
回とも現場にいたのは私
you
だけじゃ
actually
ないは
pronounce the T.
ずだ。
I do not
それ
understand
にだ。
why this is
現場にいなかったもの
But
であ
I've
って
had
も
someone
タイミングを
tell
測る
me
方
that's
法
how you
はあった
pronounce
かも
them
しれない。
specific.
例えば、
That's why I know
遠
how to
隔によ
pronounce
る
them.
監視
But
団
we've
が
also
ないと
been
言い切れ
told
ないだろう。
that
それは
Chichi is pronounced Chichi.
確かにそうだな。
I
これに
wouldn't
は反論で
know.
きないだろ
Just like in the beginning, what do you think I said?
君はこう思ってるんじゃないか
Are you
もう
making a
少
fuss
し
over
調査をし
the
て
heat,
容
like
疑
in
者の範囲
kitchen?
を狭められ
Because
れ
I'm not
ば
used to it!
私も反論の余地がなくなる
Like,
んじゃない
I've
か
had way more time getting used to the French, right?
一
I
番可
have
愛
way
が
more
っていた
time.
子に
It takes
父親
time
の
to
殺人
relearn,
犯として
and
告
because
発
people
され
keep
てし
saying
まう
like,
とはな
like people actually
誰だって
explain the
失望せ
French.
ずにはいられないと思
People
わない
actually
か
bother explaining
だ
them.
が真剣に
They
相手を
don't
しなければ
explain
君を
Chinese.
軽く見たと思われるかもしれ
I
ない
asked them like, why
仕
is
方
the
あるまい
he
ここは
pronounced
授
she?
業をするつもりで君
Why?
に教えてあげよ
There's never anyone who's like, oh yeah, because there's an I after the Q
う
becomes a
最も重
chi,
大なミスがどこ
and
にある
therefore
か
it's pronounced this way.
君
No
はわ
one
かるかい
explains what is the rule.
どこ
What is the rule that
君が言っ
turns
たの
the
と
Q
同じさ。
into a chi sound? No one
タイ
explains
ミン
that.
グだよ私は商人
When it's in French, it's like, oh, if the final vowel, not the
当
final
然そ
vowel,
こに
if
少
the
女を
final
失踪させる動機なんてものはない
part of a name is
この
with a
件は
double
利益
T,
をもたらさ
the
ない
double
上
T
に
no longer is
リスク
silent.
も
It
高い
ends
の
with
だ
like a T or an R, or
私
was
は
it
若い
like
頃
there
故
was
郷であ
another
るスネージナを出
not
て
consonant
ポ
as
アソン
well?
町に
Then
小さな
it's
商売をし
silent
にやってきた
because it's at the end.
その後
For some
カーレスさん
reason,
の
no one
支援
knows why,
のお
but
かげ
they
で
say
ようや
that
く軌道
is
に
a
乗ること
rule.
ができた
And so I know, oh,
し
that
か
is
し
a rule.
私がフォ
When
ンテ
I'm
ーヌを
asking,
訪れる以前
Why
から
does the
少女失
Chi
踪事件
become
は
Chi?
すでに発生していただろう
then it's like, oh yeah, that's just how it
申
is
し訳
because
ありません
Chinese.
お嬢様
No, I want this
私の
specific
調査に
rule
穴があったようです
いや
to be
あんたの
explained
せいじゃない
because that's how they decided to romanize it. Yeah, and the I am complaining because it makes no sense because why do they have a
まだ
rule
何か言いたいことは
that
ある
isn't
かな
properly explained?
そう
My artistic
営
brain
業
does
申
not
請の日付
compute
と
this
最初に
really
少女
quite
失踪事件が
nearly
起きた
as
日付
well
を
as
見
with
比べ
French.
てみるか
And I hate French
そ
because
れでも
French is
足りないとい
confusing
うの
fucking
なら
language
私の
where
入
oof
国記録を調
means
べてもい
egg.
い
And it
もしくは
spelled so
私の
fucking
故郷
weird.
スネージナヤに行って私がいつ離れたのかを親族や友人に
One
聞
last
いて
dad
みる
joke
の
before
も
I
いいだ
go.
ろう
What do you call a T-Rex
そ
after
れ
a
だけ
good
調べ
workout?
れば
A
彼の心にあ
dinosaur!
る
God
行き場の
damn
ない
it!
悲しみも少しは
No!
和らげることができるんじゃないか
無実みたいね
Yeah, you have told me, but sometimes I forget because it's still revenue for me. So it's gonna take a little bit of a while getting used to. If it's thoroughly explained, where it's like
君の
I
推理は
said,
非常
if
に
someone
行き
says
届いて
something
いる
like,
と
oh,
私は思う
Q
こう
with
して君
X
が今やっていること
consonant
こそ
or vowel
彼の
of,
期待を裏切っているのではないのだろうか君がもっと
then I
理
can
性を持って
connect the
冷
rule.
静
I
に
can connect the
対
dots
局を
in a
見れる
different
ように
way.
なることを
It's
彼
way
は期
easier
待
to
していた
remember
はず
that
だ
when it's a clear
だと
cut
いうのに
rule.
今の君はただの独りよがりでしかないそんなこと彼は望んじゃいないだろう
I'll definitely be there in the next stream and not gone to buy milk. Maybe.
他
Who
人のた
knows?
めを考えられるようになってようやく
Hey, you gotta show up at Friday at least.
父親の
Don't
期待
miss
に
your
応
child's
えられる
birthday. Huh? Huh?
そう思
Well,
わない
technically it's
か
not my birthday on Friday, but it's my birthday stream. I'm not gonna be streaming on my actual
と
birthday
っくの
day.
昔からそうだ
Nya.
この事
But
件に
yeah,
巻き
you
込まれ
better
て
be
しま
here
った
Friday if you can.
数多くの被害者
Can't
と
I
私
totally
の間
understand?
に大き
You
な
take
違い
care
が
now,
ある
love.
としたらそれは私には真相を求め
Thank you
る
to
力
send
があ
them
って
by people trying to learn Swedish and having to deal with a shit sound being
ロシのせい
is
で家族
how
を
the
失った
shit
人
sound is represented
死
in
んで
writing.
しまった人
Absolutely, I definitely
連続
understand
少
why
女失
people
踪事件
struggle with that, and
最
I
も愛する者
don't
と
make
別
fun
れ
of
た
them
人
for it because I
正
fucking
義
struggle
の
with
ように
it
粛
too.
清された人
Like, we have
私の
so
頭の
many
中には
fucking ways
いろ
of
んな人の
writing
名
the
前が
sound,
思い浮かんでくる
and it's so,
ここに
it
座
feels
って
so
るみんなも
random.
誰かしらの名前が浮かん
And
で
then
き
there's
た
the
でしょ
words that are like
そしてマーセル
spelled the entirely
今
same,
あんたの頭の中にある名
but
前
they're
は
two different words, like coat
バシェね
versus cot. Coat, hard, cot
うーん
means short.
やっ
They're
ぱりこ
spelled
の名前は知
exactly
って
the
るん
same,
だ
but they're
私
pronounced
は
different.
いきなり知らない名前を
And
言わ
then
れ
you
た
have
ものだから
words like
少しびっくりしただけ
okay,
だ
so normally if you
待ってたよ
use
そ
the
の
word
言葉
or the letter K pronounced with a k sound, but there's a ton of differences, like exceptions to that. For example, a K plus a J after shell, like in Shell Company. You got the, what's it called? Shella. That's just the K and E. K and E becomes sh for some reason. And it takes time to learn this. But that's a rule, and it's not a hard, but it's a rule that sometimes has an exception too, like hex. But not everyone agrees on the word hex. So it's mostly based on preference, which is also something that comes along with. It's kind of like having a. It's kind of part of the everyone's. What's it called? So everyone's way of speaking. Like everyone has an accent, so it's like an accent thing where some accents are more commonly using the ch sound, and others are using the k sound for kex. As you can hear, I prefer the k sound for kex. Even though technically, according to the rules, there's an exception when it's an e after that. And so I am technically mispronouncing it every single time, but it's a very common pronunciation. When the explanation is history, why wouldn't you want a rule for the S sound too then? Why isn't it always pronounced that? As that one kind of makes sense if you sound it out separate. Like, it kind of makes sense on its own. Because J is not pronounced in, like, K sound. Not the pronunciation, the spelling. Yeah, I hate the spellings. I fucking hate the spellings. I feel like a lot of the spellings we should just change because we have overcomplicated. That's why they made this. You know, when we went to school, we had to learn to write Thea and Dom with D-E and D-E-M. That's a rule that's being changed, so it's gonna be written the same as Dom. It's gonna be like the new official spelling. Because it makes no sense to teach them to have so overcomplicated like ways of spelling. So there's changes being made to the official like language for certain words. They're adapting to make it make more sense based on like the rules that we already have. Not to pronounce spellings. Actually, I found there is a rule, but that doesn't exactly make it any better for learners. Yeah, exactly. It's a torturous rule. Like there are rules, some of them doesn't make sense. I am still pissed off them the same way I am pissed at Chinese for deciding to read pretty much people think of it as the English alphabet. Technically, it's not the English alphabet. It's like the Roman alphabet or whatever it's called. But yeah, it's still. I want to jump. God damn it! I need to jump. I need to use Farina to jump up because I want to jump. Yeah. There. Okay. But yeah, so I can still be pissed about stuff like that not being clear, and I can still be like, yeah, I can kinda see where it's going, and I can remember. I can still be pissed about the rules being stupid. While some, I'm like, I've been pissed at them for so long, I don't no longer care. That's basically in Swedish. I'm no longer pissed about a lot of Swedish spellings because I've had to learn them so long ago that I'm already beyond care. It's more annoying when it's something that's relatively new to. And I feel like everyone has those, like, things that they don't really understand and they get frustrated. I can't feed them. But yeah, how are they supposed to know the word starts with SG is pronounced with the same sound as the one that starts with SK or SKJ? Or STJ is also very low. Not everyone has the like exact pronunciations. Of course there's gonna struggle. And it makes sense that they wouldn't know. That's why we have to explain that to people, just like I need someone to explain to me why Chinese is pronounced a certain way that I can't read, like without having someone else explain that, oh no, you know all these rules about how this letter is pronounced? Forget them. They don't matter when you're talking about Chinese. Then you might as well not even use that system to begin with. You might as well just go straight into the fucking signs, like Chinese signs. I forgot what their alphabet or whatever it's called. I know you mentioned it earlier, I already forgot it. And like, if they're not gonna follow the rules that most people are familiar with that certain alphabet, then it's like fucking useless for people unless they have someone else, a third party, literally go in and explain everything. So not all words starting with SK is said with that. Exactly, I was so mad when that happened. But a lot of those, you can also tell that they were like Skippa. Skippa is just a borrow, like it's a loan word. We borrowed it from a different language, specifically English. Skip. That's why Skippa is pronounced like that, even though technically it's, you'd think it would be like Skippa, but no. And it's so confusing with language. It would be nice if we could have a single language where everyone would have to learn that a letter could only be read in a single fucking way. Never any other way than this exact way. So A and A would be two different letters because they're differently pronounced. To really solidify how they're pronounced. I think there is something like this, but it's not really taught that well, and I think that if we used that system to like write out Chinese like words and stuff, like when it's how to pronounce X thing or Y thing, it would be very helpful. Problem is, engine has chi and yay! So they couldn't just write it as pronounced? Like by the rules which people are familiar with outside of China? They couldn't just be like, oh, so people think this is pronounced here. Let's write it with a letter that people know is pronounced as T. And this is pronounced as Ch. Therefore, let's write it with a letter people know is pronounced like Ch. Why couldn't that be clearer? I don't like this. It feels sort of like... Like, I do not know how to pronounce that, obviously. I am not learning Chinese. Because Chinese has tons of sounds, yes. And that's why I like, for example, when there's like these little things that you can add on top of a letter that shows if it's gonna be a... Because they also use like intonations where it's like how loud, not loud, how low or high your tone is. You have ways of showing that. If it's like sh and sh, or hu, or hu, where it starts low, goes high, starts low and slow. If it's going hu, like they have ways of showing. Much like English does as well. Yeah, I fucking hate the English A. Because you can have like Alabama. ma. 2 words, like two different pronunciations of the A. Slight, but different. There's other words that are better for it. I can't remember the one though.
どれどれ
But yeah, like, they're annoying because they're not very clear. And I'm still allowed to be annoyed about it because they're not clear.
調査レポートみたいだぞ
Like as you see here.
何何うん確かにお前の言った通りだなジャックとカーレスを誰かに殺させようとしてるジャックが任務を遂行するとは思え
There's
ない
so
から
many
って
and that is something I struggle with still.
第三者が
When
存在してた
certain
証拠になる
certain
よな
vowels and certain consonants are pronounced different. Like, yeah, I have learned enough of them by brute forcing that I can like just listen to people, but sometimes when people ask me to write a certain word, I can't spell it. I still struggle with certain spelling. I need to either read it or I will have I will know how to spell it. Or in other case, I read the word and I assume it's gonna be pronounced by the rules I can't learn. Only to find out that no! No. This one you pronounce like this! And it's like, why couldn't they write like that? There's always gonna be like such exceptions to the rules. Oh, and also it doesn't help with a lot of long words.
手紙でのやりとりの一部みたいだな
But it's still annoying in every language, including English. I'm just more familiar with English, so I have already gone through most of its frustration. Chinese is a new frustration. Or Mandarin, I guess, if you want to be specific. Because some people don't like when you just say Chinese. I never understand that, like, people will go like, oh, if you just say Chinese, that's... I don't know enough to know the difference of which Chinese language someone's speaking. Ice bank, myself? What? The fuck are you saying, Serna? Also, it's sort of like the whole reason that ice works, like joke works, you know. Okay, spell ice like ice cube. I-C-E. Okay. Now spell yes. Y-E-S. Now spell ice. E-Y-E-S. Or like someone says, okay, so pronounce this word. I-C-E. Okay, I-C-E, ice. Pronounce this word. Or say this word. Y-E-S. Yes. And then the person goes, okay, so say I-E. Oh no, I-Y-E. Oh wait. I'm so bad at this. E-Y-E-S. And a lot of people go yes for some reason. It doesn't work on me because I can actually mentally write the fucking word out in my head and then I read it like I would read it from a book and then it's like, oh, I. I will not, sir, no. Nope. And reject the hybrid. Rotoka's language, by comparison, only has 6 consonants, phonemes, and 5 vowels. The smallest phonemic consonantal inventory in the world. Oh my god, I don't know if that would be a nightmare or actually used. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. Wait! Ah, I'm dumb. I'm supposed to... English has 24 consonant phonemes. Yeah. Also, how do you personally pronounce meme? Memes or meme? language. She's fun, isn't it?
ベニール
Or somehow,
って
for some fucking reason, how do you pronounce
馬
the
車の恋人の名前
like
じゃんか。じゃあ
I
お
don't
前
know,
の
do
手
you
に
call
あ
it
る
a
のは
word? I
あい
guess
つ
it's
の
a
ノ
word.
ートって
Gift.
ことだな。
The
ど
dot
れどれ
G J
も
no
う
not
ただ
not
の
G
恋人との
dot
日々を
G
書いた日
I
記
F
か。
not J.
内
Do you
容
pronounce it
が
with
甘々
a
だか
G
ら
sound or
余
a
計に
G
こいつ
sound?
のことがかわいそうに思えてきたぞ。
For some reason, apparently, the official pronunciation is GIF. That's what you're supposed to say.
確かに
But
名前が
if
い
you
っぱい書い
write
てある
out
な。
what it stands
1
for,
ページ丸々埋まってるぞ。しかも
The G
全部消されて
or
る
but
し。
J. Yeah,
どれ
good.
も
I'm
満足で
tired
きなかった
to even pronounce anything properly anymore. I'm so
最後
tired.
に決まっ
Jeez.
た名前は
The first
マーセルだ
letter
って。
stands for
マ
graphical.
ーセルってこんなに
Graphic.
年を取ってるだろ。
Graphics.
I
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. Why would it be?
少女失踪事件ってそんなに歴史
Why do you pronounce it as GIF? It's obviously supposed to be
まだ
GIF
理解できてない
because graphic. G. So why would that one be a fucking thing? I don't understand. But also, do you know this thing? You know this thing? You know what this thing is called? The thing that's above my head. Do you know what the official word for this thing is?
ふーん、やっぱりこの名前を知ってるんだ。
私はいき
Do
な
any
り
of
知らない名前を
Do you
言わ
guys
れた
know
もの
what
だ
is?
から少しびっくりしただけだ。
Oh boy, this is
待って
hazard
たよ
topic.
その
Hi,
言葉
Maestro! Nyahara! What is this called?
さすが私の相棒。タイミング
Do you want to know? Do you guys
こ
want to
の
know
よう
what
な
it's
秩序を
called?
乱す行為一体何度繰り返せば気が済むのだ。
別にいいさ。
It is
ナビレット
called
それほど
a
自
throbber.
信があるみたいだし。さぞ決定的な手がかりを見つけたん
It
だ
is
ろう。
called a throbber. That's the official name they named it. That's what it's called. I wrote it out in chat. This thing is called a throbber. You're welcome. Never knew the spelling of it because I've only heard it said and never written. Now you know.
お前の拠点を調べさせてもらった
A
ぜ。
throbber.
オイラたちにはもうお見通しだぞ。お前は溶けてしまった恋人のベニールを取り戻すために
Why did they name it
女
that?
性に目をつけては人体実験を行
I
って
have
た。
questions for the creator.
お前
Why
が
did you
マーセ
name
ル
it
っていう
that?
身分をでっち
Does
上げ
it
て
throb? It
マーセ
does
に
clearly has no
あら
heart.
ゆるものを処分したんだ。
なるほど。
But it do make sense. It do be throbbing.
これほど冷酷な悪役はいないだろう
It
に。
is spinning.
だとすれば、
Why is it not
これ
called
で
a
マーセル
spinner?
君の動機についても説明がつく。
さっきあんたが言ったタイミングの
It
理
should
論
be
も
called a spinner.
これでおのずと破綻したね。マーセル、あんた自分がなんで負けたかわかる？
And I'm out of fight.
ずっと失った恋人を見ているだ
No,
けで
never mind. I have a few drops.
他の人に目もくれなかったからよ。だからあんたは私たちの変化に、私たちの成長に気づけなかった。
ゆえ
And I have some water
ボ
on
ス
the
が
side.
抱いていたお嬢様への期待も読み取れなかったのです。
3-day-old
それ
water.
に我々の決意もな。君たちの
No. Ew, disgusting. I'm gonna pour that water out.
被告人、反論があればできるだけ早く述べてくれたまえ。でなければ審判を次の段階に移させていただく。
私にそんなことをする気持ちがあったと思うのか。
Then why did you do it, you
君たちに
douchebag?
目もくれなかっただと。どうして私が目を向ける必要がある。君たちの方こそ私のことを見ようとしたか。
I mean, the gradient is throbbing in it that it goes up and down.
最愛の人が目の前で溶けていくあの光景は、それを見ていることしかできなかった経験は、誰も私を助け
You
て
mean
くれ
bright and dark?
私を信
I
じて
guess
くれる人もいない。
each part goes bright and dark.
出立艇のものでさえ私にこう言った。人が水に溶けるなんてありえない。
I still think Spinner makes more
私は不慮の
sense.
事故にあったから混乱しているのだと。ベニールの死はこうもあっさりと君たち全員に流された。今になって分かっただろう。あれが本当のことだったと。だがもう遅い。一度溶けた人はもう戻らないのだからな。すべて貴様
Is
ら
there
のせいだ。
truly no way for us to save once we're turned into water?
茶番を求める。一般人の苦痛にまるで見向きもしない。ベニールが死んだんだぞ。彼女と約束したのにだ。どこへ行こうとも一緒だと、そう約束したのに。ずっとこの約束を違えることなどなかった。だが私はフォンテーヌ人じゃない。私は
He's
溶
not
けないんだよ。
Fontaine, so he can't join her.
おい、マーセルが飲んだのって原始大会の水か？
Maybe if we dunk him in enough of it.
溶けないんだ。溶けないのだよ。見たか、いけないんだ。私はあちらへ行けない。だったら何とかして彼女を連れ戻すしかないだろう。だというのに結局
Dang, I'm actually impressed with his love story. Dude's so fucking ready to join his late
一
wife
生をかけてこんなにも用心深くやってきたというのに
that he genuinely
あ
tried
いつの
to
バカ
just
娘にとどめを刺されるとは。
himself using the same water.
被告人の精神状態が少々不安定なようだ。警察隊、彼を取り押さえ。
Dang.
来るな。誰も近づくんじゃ
In
な
that
い。
case, the wheel should be called a spinner.
私はベニールを救うんだ。まだ彼女との約束が。ベニール。ベニール。ああ、私を。
They're very
私
different.
を責めない
They're
でくれ。
very, very different.
どう
Wheel
して
is
も
like
私
its
たちの約束
entirely own word. Rubber is already a word before this thing was named off.
この審判も結果が出たようだな。ナビアさんの告発が成り立った今。
So, if we had to choose a word that already exists, why not choose one that
気にしなくていいよ。
just
最
fits
初は
better?
少し興ざめだったけど、こうして見事な討論を見れたからね。気分も
I really
そう
should
悪くない。
では、
fix my share.
連続
It's
少
like
女失踪
starting
事件の全貌を振り返る前に、旅人殿、証拠品を警察隊に提出してくれたまえ。
everything also be Rubber.
被告人マーセル、本名バシ
Why
は
not? Just
婚
spinning
約
it.
にあったベニ
Give
ール
things
と
names
冒
strange
険者として
and
行
things.
動を
Calling
共
it a
にしてい
spinner
る
would just be confusing.
だが、と
No.
ある水中での探索において、ベニールは不用意にも原始大会の水に触れてしまう。そして、バシの目の前で彼女が
Imagine
溶
if
けて
they
しまっ
named
た。
Wheel
バシは人
Rubber.
の助けを借り、原始大会の水という存在を知る。
If it was a choice between
それ
Rubber
から
and
は女性を
Spinner,
拉致し、
what would you
ベ
want
ニ
the
ールを
wheel
元
to
に
be
戻
called?
そうと研究に明け暮れた。
No, it's okay to admit when you're
犯
wrong.
罪者の身
I
分
am
を隠
not
す
saying
た
I'm
め、
not wrong.
彼
I'm
は
saying
マ
I
ーセルという
disagree
偽名を名乗
with
り、
your opinion.
ポワソン町で商売を
That's
始
a
め
different
た。
thing.
研究の過
Your
程で彼
opinion
は
is that a wheel
ある
should
こ
be
とに
called
気づい
a spinner.
希釈された原始大
My
会の水
opinion
には
is
人
no,
を高揚
a
させる
wheel is
効
a
果
wheel.
があると。
It already gave.
それに
It
目を
was
つけた
already
彼
given
はロ
a
シの密売
complete
を始めた。
new word
だ
for it.
が、資金を
And
貯め
people
なが
know
ら
what
研
you're
究を
talking
続ける
about
中、
when they speak
ス
about
ピ
it.
ナディロースらと
With
の
the
間に
throbber,
衝突が生じてしまう。
The
長きにわ
throbber
たり、
has existed
表と裏の
before
争い、抗争を経て、
this
彼
thing
はあるパーティーを利用した犯行を目論
It's been existing
そう
language like
スピナディロースらのボス、カーレスの暗殺だ。最後の段階で、
if
想
they
定
already
外のことが
if
起
it
こっ
shows
たもの
from
の、
a word that
彼
already
は実行犯を溶かすことで、
I feel
カー
it
レスに
could
殺
be
人の容疑をかぶ
better
せ
to
た。
choose one that
そして
fits better.
つい先日の
That's
こと
all.、
バシは似たような手口で、 少女失踪事件の罪をリネに着せようとしている。だがその計画は失敗に終わり、原始大会の水の効果も露呈することとなった。その一件を機に彼もまたほころびを見せ、こうして告発され罪を問われた。謎に包まれていた連続少女失踪事件も、これにより真相が白日のもとにさらされたというわけだ。
Trying to murder. And successfully murder.
では、被告人馬氏の容疑について、これより有識に最終的な判決を下してもらう。
And what does it say? Guilty!
有識裁定カーディナルの審判結果により、被告人馬氏は有罪だ。
Guilty.
警察隊、馬氏を連行しろ。ブラボー、当然の裁きよ。
こ
Oh,
れ
why
で
do they have to?
連続少女失踪事件も終わりか。
私たちって歴史を
Why
見
would
届
you
けた
yell
ことがないんじゃ
bravo?
ない？
Dang,
ま
that's
さ
just
か真犯人があんな真面目腐った
a
顔の
bit
やつ
over
だ
the
ったなん
top,
て
I
ね。
feel.
やったぜ。オイラたち役に立てたよな。あいつは罪
Innocent
の
of
ない
guilt.
人を
What?
たくさん傷つけてきた。
Where are you?
これでやっと
Never heard of a
相応の
heartthrob?
報いを受けることになるな。あれ、どうしたんだ？
Poor Navia.
お嬢様。
I mean, 99% of innuendo jokes are high altitude jokes for
ボス
now.
が待ち望んだ日がついに訪れました。お嬢様、
There you
これ
go.
からは今までの
It's
よう
a
に
double.
気を張らずに
It's
済
a
むで
double
しょう
one.
そうね。
So much altitude is spacebound. You're wrong. No.
あんたたち。それと、
No, there's something else that's Robsola. Something very
パ
vain.
パ、スピナディローズらは私が
Someone
引き継い
pumping
でくれる
iron?
の。
Like,
ちゃんとやっていけてるよ。
yeah.
さてと、
You're so
実
strong.
に素晴らしい劇を見せてもらったよ。犯人
Heartthrob?
捕
You
まり
think that's what I
冤罪
referred
も
to?
晴れた。
No, not
め
the
でたしめ
what
でた
you
しだ。
specifically
こ
referred
ん
to.
な
I
見
was
事な
saying
劇を見せて
bird.
もらえたんだ。
And I
冤
asked if
罪
you
で
ever
捕ま
heard
え
of
た
it.
ことは不問にしよう。こっちはまだ用事があるんでね。お先に失礼させてもらうよ。
Why are you sighing? You have nothing to sigh about.
タルタリ
Shut
ア。
up.
ん？まだ何かある
Something
の
that is
か？
male
てっきり
exclusive.
俺はもう用済みかと思ったけど。
こたびの一件は
This thing?
タルタリア殿に起因している。
The thing that's like
審
right
判の公
here
平に従
somewhere?
えば、最後に罪
On
の
the
裁定を行わればなら。
おいおい、ま
Lower.
だそんなことをする必要があるのかい？犯人も捕まったことだし、俺みたいな脇役はもう退場する時間だと思うけど。
フォンテーヌの法律を尊重していただけると助かる。これは今日まで守られてきた規則だ。
はいはい、わかったよ。まったく面倒だな。俺はあの台に立てばいいのか？何をするか知らないけど、さっさと終わらせてくれよ。
Dirty!
こたびの事件の公開審判を経て、タルタリア
Doesn't
殿は
everyone have an Adam
連
sample?
続少女
Actually,
失踪事
yeah,
件とは直接
technically.
関係がない
However,
と判
it's
明した。
minuscule on the
犯人は
female.
他にいるため、タルタリ
Or
ア
like
殿を
on a
無実だ。
girl or woman, whatever you
で
want.
は最後に、
So,
有罪定カーディナルに判決を下してもらう。
it's way more pronounced on men. And a lot of people tend to forget that
有
women
罪
have
定カーディ
it.
ナルの審判結果により、タルタリア殿は有罪。
You're dance. Shut up! I'm autistic.
おいおい。
What's your
こんな
excuse,
冗
huh?
談面白くないんだけど。
Actually, you don't
さっ
need
きまで
excuses.
俺
You
のこと
don't
を
have
無
the
罪
same
だ
problem.
って
But
言
I'm
って
autistic,
ただろ。
okay?
なのに。
Yeah, but it's still something everyone has, so it's
そ
not
の
male
機会、故障でもしてるんじゃないのか？
fair.
えっ
But
と、
if
こんな
someone
状況
forgot
初めて
about
のね。
it and then asked,
有識
then it's
が
like
最高
it's
審
a
判
fair
官と違
assumption,
う
like
結
it's
果
a
を出す
fair
なんて。
guess if they don't know
悪意
that
の執
both
行
men
官
and
って
women
こ
have.
とは
This is a
そう
surprising
悪
amount
事
of
を重
people
ねて
who
きて
do
るだ
not
ろ
know that Adam's
ユシキも多
apples
分
exist
彼の他の
on
罪を見抜いて
everyone.
正義を執行しようとしてるんじゃないか？
けど今は連続少女失踪事件の審判でしょ。この件と全く関係のない罪があったとしても今裁かれることはないんじゃない？
有罪定カーディナルの判決に準じて有罪とする。警察隊 規定の手順にのっとり
I is
任務を
confused.
遂
Why
行せよ。
is child considered guilty of this crime he didn't commit? Does he get the duel?
フォンテーヌ人の誇る審判がこうもひどいものだとは。こ
I
れが
agree.
そっち
It's
の
a
規則
joke.
なら俺も自分の規則で行こう。
Fontaine makes no sense. That is so cool. Holy shit. Imagine if Rune Factory had like an animator that could animate as well as they can in this game. Dang. People should look to Genshin and for what to do when animating these types of things. They really know how to animate. Look at that! Oh, that must have been like a mix of 2D and 3D, right?
すまない。
Painting
冤
up
罪
the
であればこ
smoke.
ちらが調べよう。だが法廷の規則は破らせん。
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Oh my god. Tiny detail. Jubilet got the cut on the cheek. Oh my god, I fucking love this! What did Cinderella say to Prince Charming? I don't need to know.
すまない。このような状況は私た
But
ち
now
が
that you
初め
have
て
that in your mind now, can you see how the Robin
フォンテ
comparison
ー
with
ヌ
the
法廷
Frobber?
が
It
当初
it
定め
also
た規
like
則によ
Buffalo.
り判決は有識が示した結
Why
果
do
に
you have
準
to
ず
call it that?
現
And
時
no,
点では私もただ規則に従っているに過ぎない。
want to see if it
それに
fits.
有識がこのような結論を出した理由なら私よりも尋ねるべきものが他にいるだろう。
Why?
君たちどうして僕を見るんだ？こんなの僕には関係ないぞ。僕だってなんでこんな状況になったか知らない。
Oh
もう
no.
僕のこと
I
を
have
じ
a
ろじろ
bad
見るな
feeling
よ。
about this.
フリーナ様、それはどういう意味です？
あの方も理由を知らない？ありえないだろ。イスキはフリーナ様が作ったんだよな。
Just because someone creates something doesn't mean
ね
they
え、こ
fully
の判決っ
understand
て
it.
本当に正しいの？こんな適当なのが正義と呼べるのかしら？
Oh no.
古本紳士淑女の諸君、まさか事実無根の誤信をしてしまったと思ったのかい？先ほどの判決
We
が
ain't gonna
誤って
let
おり
you live this down ever. Or I need to bring up such a like.
よも
You
や
do not.
この僕さえ
It
も
is not a
実情を知らない
thing.
と
It does
思っ
not
たわけじゃ
exist.
ないだろうね。
No.
たく、さっきまで明らかにそんな感じだったじゃんかよ。
このようになったからには説明しないといけないようだ。皆の衆、先ほどのはすべてドラマ性を最大限に引き出すための演出に過ぎない。そう、
I think it's a
僕
good
の
thing
演
she
技も
missed that
含めて
message.
ね。どんな劇であろうと脚本なしには存在などできないだろう。つまり全ては僕の想定内というわけさ。有識こそが正義であり、その概念の決心。理由のない判決など決して下されはしない。タルタリアが連続少女失踪事件と全く無関係と思い込んでいるのも虚無の上辺に両
Oh
目を
my
惑わ
god,
されて
she's
いるだけ。
bullshitting so
彼
hard.
が手を染めてきた
She's
行為
doing
の
it so
全てのその
desperately.
危険性はどれも計り知れないものだ。許されざるものである
Oh,
と
I
知れ。
feel so bad
答え
for.
は時間が証明してくれる。いずれ僕の思慮深さを、今日の判決の妥当性を理解するだろうさ。はあははは。さて、謎が残されて気になるところだろうけど、今日のショーはここで一区切りといこう。最初に体験するのはもちろん主演であるこの僕だ。それでは
I have a feeling people aren't really gonna believe her.
逃げることを選んだか、あれは。
つまり、さっきの水人の話は真に受ける必要は
Exactly,
ないんだよ
Paimon.
彼女はメンツを保つためにああ言ったのだろう。
Good damn it!
この件につい
Oratrice
て
is absolutely
具体
correct.
的な
Yeah,
原因はお
sometimes
そら
verdicts
く
are proven
彼女
wrong.
自身も把握していない。だが安心するといい。引き続き、この件は私が個人的に調査する。先ほど約束したように冤罪であれば、必ず明らかにしよう。
I have a feeling we're gonna make the people of Fontaine hate Farina for a while.
タルタリアも悪い
I
こ
have
と
a
を
really
いっ
bad
ぱいしてき
feeling
た
for
わけだし、
about this.
いつかこんな日が来るって多少は心の準備をしてたんじゃないか。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah.
おい、何をする気だ。奴を抑えろ。
旅人、おい、旅人。
おい、マーセル
What the
何
fuck?
しに来たんだよ。
公務を妨害するなら罪をさらに問われるぞ。
いや、待ってくれ。私はただ旅人と少し話がしたいだけなんだ。決して逃げようとしているわけではない。頼むから少し時間をくれ。
話を聞こう。
Yes. Okay, he's got permission.
ありがとう。感謝する。先ほど連れ出された時にふと思ったんだ。バシェという名前を君たちは一体どこで知った？関連する記録は全て処分したはずだ。となると考えられる可能性は一つだけ。
まさか今さら事件の内容を掘り返す気か。すで
本当か？その話は本当なのか？彼女に会ったなんてルキナの泉だと。つまり彼女はずっと私のすぐそばにいたとい
I
う
have
こ
a
とか。
feeling the dude's not doing too well
それ
mentally.
なのに私は頼む。
After that
彼
info.
女に会うチャンスをくれないか。どうか会わせてくれ。一生のお願いだ。その後であればどんな処罰だって受けよう。
少し虫が良すぎないか。重罪を犯したというのに注文が多いぞ。
おいらもそう思うぞ。こんな極悪非道の犯罪者が言う頼みなんて。
Oh, thank you for that, Pat.
その要求は君にとって命に釣り合うほど重要なものか？
I'm pretty sure it is.
いや、命よりも大事なこ
Like
と
the
だ。
dude literally tried to take
核も精神の需要のみで
dissolve
生
himself
の本能に逆らえるのか？
in front of the in front of the court, in
Yokaro.
front of the public. I don't know what to
その
call
要
it.
求を許可する。
I'm pretty sure that he
最高審
cares
判官。
more
な
about
ぜ？
私もこの者と同行しよう。
his
犯人が脱走した際の責任は案ずるな。
than his own life.
あ、承知しました。ヌビレット様が一緒ならもちろん安心です。
Yeah, dang. I have a feeling the
ありがと
chapter
うご
is
ざい
gonna
ます。
end pretty soon. Maybe that's
本
like the
当に
last
ありが
part
とう
of
ござい
that.
ます。
We already had like a big epic. The plus. Wanna know what I meant with good? She missed the message now. Debating if it's good for your pure mind. No. No. What was I gonna check? Alright, this one. Ah, I'm missing. I did 25 of it, right? I can still buy 1 into 20. Still so far away from a temple. Now what? No, you don't want to know because it will be bad for your pure mind. No, my mind is not pure. And also, I still don't want to know. I'm gonna check. Maybe it's 20. Maybe it's 25. 30! Fuck! Well, I was incorrect on both. Dang.
ここに彼女が。だがここにいると言っても具体的にどうすれば会えるのだ。
おう、あれを飲んだらオイラでもあの声が聞こえるようになったんだよな。さっきお前も舞台でゴクゴク飲んでただろ。理屈的にはバシ
Okay. Bus.
そうそう、この声だ。
ベニール、私だ、バシェだ、ベニール。
So they're sort of like in there.
バシ
私はここだ。ここにいる。君はどこだ、ベニール。今すぐ会いに行こう。
おい、
Wait, is he gonna dissolve or something anyway? I have a feeling it's gonna be something like that. It would be. Wait,
君なのか。
he gets to join.
私だ、バシェだ、ベニール。
バシェ、どうして来たの？私のことは探さないでとそう伝えるようお願いしたはずなのに。あなたずいぶんと年を取ったみたいね。
Oh, that's so sweet.
どれくらい時間が経ったのかしら。
かれこれ20年以上
What kind
は
of
経った。
bees produce milk and
君がい
boobies?
なくなった
God
あの
damn
日
it!
から私はもう20年以上も苦しんできたんだ。私はただ君を元に戻すためだけにこの20年以上の時を生きてきた。他の全ては私にとっては何の意味もなさない。私は夢を見ているのだろうか。まさかこうやって自分の心の内を全て君に打ち明けられるなんて。ベニール、君は私の全てだ。君なしでは私はどうやって生きていけばいいのかさえわからない。
Like it's so bittersweet.
あなたなんかいなければよかったと思ってるわ、バシェ。
なんだと。
あなたさえいなければ私は法律を無事に学び
Something is wrong.
一流の代理人になれたかもしれない。
Better off without you. Holy yeah. Especially being told that by your true love. You want true love, basically.
いつかパレメルモニアの隅々にまで私の絵を飾れたかもしれない。あなたさえいなければ私は少なくとも母に付き添うことができた。老いた母が一人寂しい。
Why are you being so awful? The man loved you enough to try to bring you back,
全部
even though he did such awful things.
バシェ、全部あなたのせいで。
待て、君はベニールじゃないな。一体何者だ。
そう、私はベニールじゃない。私は
Sacrifice.
犠牲者。あなたのせいで死んだ女性はすべてその肉体が消失したことにより意識が原始大会へと帰ったの。我々の意識は大会の中で絶えず流れ、分かたれることもなくやがて収束する水流のように一つとなった。私はクリッシー、私はシモーヌ、私はエイドナ。でも一つ確かなのは私はベニールじゃない。
なぜだ。じゃあベニールはどこに。
彼女はもうあなたに会いたくないの。彼女に関する意識のすべてがあなた
I
を
wonder if she's speaking the truth, because if every tendril of her consciousness is literally avoiding him because of what she did to
記
them.
憶のままに私たちの若い命を奪った。彼女のために何でもすると言
This
っ
is
てる
worse.
けど、
Wait, this is worse. Off to work, have
そんな
fun!
ことを彼女は望ん
Okay!
でいない。
You take care and have a good day
あ
at
なたは
work!
一切考えてこなかった。
Have a good bye. Wait, if I can get my arm to work. There we go. Arm? Arm?
私は
Okay, it's trying. It's trying. Bye! I'm probably not gonna stream for much longer either because I need to raid Goku.
一つ確かなのは、あなたはベニールの恋人じゃない。
Did you take care? If you want, you could like leave your device on the stream for a little bit longer to get the raid point. Because I'm pretty sure after this one, the chapter is gonna be finished. Or not chapter, but like the art of a chapter.
そんなベニールが私を憎んでいるだと。
Oh fuck.
いや、
Or
彼女に
Marcel.
合わせてくれ。
Or
頼
Marcel.
む。
まだわからないの。私は探さないよう言ったの。
これは本物のベニールの意志。彼女は確かにあなたに会いたいと思っていないけど、それにはもう一つの意味があるの。これは彼女があなたに残した一滴の憐れみよ。だって彼女は知ってたから。
Oh
もしあなた
no.
がここに来たら、私たちはあなたを逃すわけないって。
Oh no.
バシバシバシバシバシバシバシバシバシ。
It's time for them to fight. Wait, what? I thought we were gonna be having a boss fight. What the fuck is this? I feel robbed. Just ending it like that.
やっとゆっくり街を
Would
ぶ
you
らっと時間が
both
できた
be?
な。こんな風に
Also,
のんびり
welcome.
するなんて
I hope you're having a
久しぶりだ
awesome
ぜ
day today, Mjolnir.
相棒今朝起きてやけに調子がいいと思ったら
I'm guessing his mind is now broken. He's probably a vegetable
こ
now.
のような
Yeah, they
天気
probably
でも
drowned his
お嬢
soul
様の機嫌を
specifically,
曇ら
but
せることは
left
できない
his
ようです。
body intact
また会えてよかった二人とも
since he couldn't be dissolved.
数日ぶりだな。会いたかったぜ。そっかそっか。その言葉信じるからね。ま、私みた
Now
い
this
に
gotta
息
be
が
the
ぴったり
final
でいつも勝利を呼んで
cutscene
くれ
of
る
like
相
this
棒なん
part
て
of the
他に
chapter,
いない
right?
し。
Or arc,
そりゃ誰だって大事にし
or
たくなる
whatever,
よね。
right?
ご
I
機嫌み
always
たい
bug.
だな、ナビ。
Nah.
最近は何やってたんだ？はあ、それが
By
も
the
う
way,
忙
now,
し
do you know
く
which
て
part of a
忙しくて
vegetable you shouldn't eat?
あの審判が終わってからポワソン
Oh,
チョ
this
とフォン
is
テ
a
ーヌ邸
dark
の間を
joke.
ずっと往復してるの。スピナディロースの女がパパの
Ah,
ために追
the
悼会を開いてくれてね。
yeah,
パパが
I've
死んだ
heard
時
that
は
one
名誉な
before.
んて地に落ちてたでしょ。当時は
But what if
たと
they
え
don't
追悼
come
会
with a
を開いて
wheelchair?
も
What
来て
if,
く
what
れ
if
る
you're
ような
just
人
stuck
なん
in
て
the
い
bed,
なか
huh?
ったからさ。
Ah?
でも今回はポワ村長の人たちと
Do
真
you
実を
still
知
eat
った
the
フォ
bed?
ンテーヌ邸の町の人たちが追悼会に参加してくれたんだ。よかったな。これでカーレスのお面も
Eat
返
the
上
bed.
できたんじゃないか。
ええ、
I mean,
これはお嬢様がずっと抱いていた
depends on
願
what
いで
it's
もあり
made
ま
of.
す。
あのバカ親
There's
父を
like
信じてよかっ
such
たよ。
things such as a bed of lettuce.
あの時
Hmm?
諦めなく
You
て
not
本
eat the
当によ
lettuce?
かった。ただ追悼会から出てきたところシャルロットに捕まってね。まあ正直彼女が必ずやってくることも私を見逃すわけがないってことも最初から分かってたけど、それってスチームバード新聞の記者のシャルロットか？お前も知り合いだったんだな。うん。
Layla!
ディロースがボスに就任した時
You're coming in so late and joining us when it's right at the end.
暗闇の真
How
の
are
人
you?
の本当の真相
Yeah.
キバラの秘密っていう記事を出してくれたんだよね。けど正直に言うとその記事って私のことをかなりかっこよく書いてくれて
Exhausted.
るの。
Oh no! But it's the weekend. You're not supposed to be exhausted. You're supposed to be recharged for
今
tomorrow.
回も私たちの
When
関
a
係にあ
proper
やかっ
week
て
starts
連
again.
続少女失踪事件
I
の
blame
前
my
のインタビ
sisters.
ューを受けてほしいって言われたの。
Ah. Oh no.
確かあいつ
Oh
連続
no.
少女失踪事件の動向にずっと注目してるって言ってたよな。ってことはこれであいつの願いも叶ったってことか。ま、安心してちょうだい。あん たたちが重要な手がかりを持って登場した逆転シーンはかっこよく書くよう頼んどいたから。
I don't like the opera. I do not like the opera house in this.
楽しみにしとこうぜ。
I think that I told what happened
あい
last.
つの腕は信用してるからな。
I am so
そう
forgetful. You may
あ
have.
とね、
Oh, might not
ク
have
ロ
been
リン
here.
デを食事に誘った
Might
の。
have been in another. I was so forgetful, so it's entirely
通り
possible.
したのか？
I do not
あんたた
know.
ち黒幕の本拠地で手がか
I
りを
drove
探し
her
てく
to
れた
the
でしょ。
ER. Okay, that I would fucking remember, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Is she okay?
彼女のおかげで審判の風向きも変わったの。
Is she okay?
だから
Yes. Okay, good, good, good. She's feeling
ず
better
っと
too,
こ
I
じらせ
hope.
ててもしょうがないでしょ。こ
I
れを
hope
機
it
に仲
wasn't
直
too
りしよう
bad.
と思って。
No one likes going to the ER. I've been there. I do not want to be there. I do not like the ER.
友達は多い方がいい。
And I had to go for the stupidest fucking
いろん
reason.
なことが一段落したって
I
感
drove
じ。
her there on Friday, got picked up by the ambulance
徐
yesterday.
々にみんなの記憶から忘れられていくだろうね。あ、そうだ。まだ一つやってないこと
Just
が
a
あったよ。
regular thing for her.
なんだ？
Oh no, that is not good. I drove her to the ER. Are you okay? I mean, Oscar,
物語
the
の
sisters
結
do.
末と真相をパパに教
Yeah,
えて
I
あげない
meant
と
like
ね。
her
それ
sister.
から
Is she okay?
今もみんなに
Happens
慕われ
dies
てる
every
っ
10 years.
てことと、私もみんなと同じ気持ちだってことをね。
Like you, as in you too. Both of you. Like, that's the confusing thing when you're speaking in English, because you is both singular and a plural.
カーレスって本当に立派なやつだと思うからな。もちろん、あんたたちのことをパパに紹介してあげる。
Except I think the plural form is spelled with a large Y, like the big Y.
なかっただろうしね。
それでは皆
You
様
have
早速出発の
She
準
have
備をし
had
ましょ
a
う。
high cranium
日
pressure
が
that
暮れ
she
る
got
前にポア
operated
ソン町
for
に
when she
戻れ
was
るとい
3
うので
months.
すが、何し
Oh,
ろ
is it like the
ここ
one where
最
we
近
break
は
like
あいにくの天気
they
です。
break like 3 parts and then they just
そう
sort
い
of
えば、ここ数日ずっと雨が
relieve
止
the
んでないも
pressure.
んね。
Or sometimes it's just a hole and stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's not
ここが
nice.
パパの眠る霊園。
Every 10 years isn't really regular.
私もここに来
Every
るの
10 years
久々で
over
ね。
a lifetime is quite regular.
あそこに誰かいるぞ。あ
Depends.
れってまさか。
But yeah, happy that she's doing better.
大審判官がどうしてこんなところに。っておいナ
おや申し訳ない。事前に君の許可も得ずにお父上の墓参りをしていた。
ビア。そんなこと言わないで。
すまない。
謝らないでって言ったの。パパに私の成長を見てほしいけど、この国の最高審判官にそう何度も謝らせるなんて、さすがに成長しすぎだから。
そうか。では謝罪は控えよう。
No, I think she has a
あん
regular
たってほん
and a
と人
two.
の気持ちがわからない
Oh,
のね、ヌビレット
it's
様。
screwy every now and then.
それで、
I'd say
どうして
semi-regular,
来てくれた
but
の？
I guess that's a difference of opinion, point of view.
Hmm.
Yeah. Gonna
あ
call
の
it
日
a
以
day.
来
Have a
ずっ
great
と考
rest of
え
your
ていた
stream.
のだ。
Heck yeah! Thank you so much
正
for
義とは果
hopping
たして
in
何なのかをな。
and take care of yourself, okay? I'm gonna be
人間にとって
raiding pretty
命より
soon,
も
so if
大
you
切なものがあ
wanna
ることを
just get the raid points, you can
私は
leave
か
the
つて
stream
信
on
じよ
for
う
a
とし
little
な
bit
かった。
longer.
いや
Otherwise,
という
feel
よ
free to just hop out and
私
go
は
to
人間
bed
が
or
生き物
do
とし
what
ての
what
本
you
能に
need to
逆
do.
らい、
Nya.
生き物としての規則
I'm
に抗う
planning
こ
on
と。
raiding Good Doggo today because it's her birthday.
他の何かを大事に
Actually,
する
I'm
ことを
going to
信
do a
じてい
quick
なかった
shout out, so I would love it
これもまた
if
当
you
時
guys could check out Good
君のお
Doggo.
父上が決闘
He's
に出ること
doing
を止めなかった理由
her
でもある。本当に無実のものならば、
her birthday
あ
stream,
のように命を捨
and
てること
she's
など決して
also
できないと思っていた。
having
この世に
her
存在することよりも
what's it called?
重要なものなどない。
Redebut.
そう信じていたのだ。
She's having a
だが
redebut
私の信じてきたものをカーレスさん
and
は
her
完膚なきま
birthday
でに
stream
論破し
today.
た。彼の犠牲なき
Unless it's just ended, then I'm gonna be so sad
今もなお未解
because
決
she
であった
started
のだ。
right before me.
カー
Okay,
レスさんは愛
this
する者のため、
there. That's a shout out, so you can go and follow her,
そ
please.
して自分とは無
Please
関係
go
な者
follow
たち
her.
のためにあのよう
I'll
な
be
選
raiding
択
her
をした
pretty soon.
今にしてみればあれこ
This
そが
time it was
全て
because she is clumsy
正
and
義の
did
ためだ
fall
ったと
down
言え
the
よ
stairs and got a concussion. Concussion!
命そのもの
That
を
is,
超越した。
yeah, falling down the stairs and getting a cushion.
君は
That could have gone way
なぜ
worse.
私がここに来たのかを
She
聞
was
い
a
た。
good girl and has been
私は
watching
ただ
TikTok the last week.
カー
Oh
レスさん
no.
に謝罪をしに
Do
来ただ
not
けだ。
watch TikTok when you have a concussion. That sounds
もっ
bad.
と早く気づくべき
That
であった。
sounds really bad.
このことが私の胸を締め付け、
She's
気が
still
晴れない
alive
の
at
だ。
least.
歌劇
Exactly.
場のあの
That's the
高い位置から
important
眺
part.
めるだけでは、やはり様々なものが見えなくなるのだな。
Now let's.
スピナディロースらの諸君、長きにわたりご苦労であった。
ごめん。この前はあんたのことどなって。あんたって。
Mage mod! or Manga mod! I do not know how to pronounce your name. Thank you so much for following! I hope you enjoy yourself!
シルバっていう私の部下にちょっとだけ似てるかも。
Simon Host TV?
自分の気持ちを表現
I'm
するの
sorry,
が
I'm
苦
not
手
sure.
だ。
Thank you so much for following!
謝らないでって。
What's happening?
77との並びでニャクニャクイニャニャクニャニャハンニャニャジャイニャンニャク並べてニャガニャ。
Yakame!
You're not you when you're hungry.
What's up with all these songs? Ah, that's hilarious. How long is this fucking cutscene?
お墓参りってあんまやったことないから。
Emotional damage!
Emotional damage! Yes, this is why I partially just feel like a bunch of self-harm. Yeah. Don't watch brain rot. Yeah, don't. Now I understood. Like, I was... Yeah, do not watch too much brain rot. Every now and then. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. But literally, it is harmful. We have discovered. I am trying to quit watching so many YouTube shorts. Because, eventually I just get fucking pissed at them. Okay. Seriously, there's still more to this chapter. It has to be endings. Come on, game.
ああ、君たちか。
End this, or not end of this chapter, end this
て
arc
墓参りに
and
来たのか
give
な。
me my pulse. Please, I want my pulse so I can pull for a stuffy.
なるほど。それで、私に何か用だろうか。
Now is enough brain rot. It's within acceptable levels. Ouch. But true. I am the brain rot here. I am gonna rot your brains so hard. Do not watch too much of my content. You will become stupid. Like me. It's not good for
フォンテー
you.
ヌのために奔走し、
Okay?
あれほど重要な事件を解決してくれたのだからな。報いるのが礼儀
My
だ。
recommendation is to install GreyJ app. YouTube hate it since it allows you to bypass the algorithm feed. What? Okay, GreyJ app. I'm gonna Google that. Because I also have like, what's it called? I have AdGuard. And AdGuard, you can install custom scripts called like user scripts.
家族、
So
君以外の金髪の旅人
I
か。
feel like if there's a script for that,
見た
so
こと
I
がない。
can use it with whatever I feel like. That's
もしその
also
彼
you
女
can
が
add
フォンテーヌ
Nebula
を訪
etc.
れて
to
い
your
たら、
feed also.
フォンテーヌ
Oh,
の
I
法
don't
律を
use-
尊重していたということだ。
Maybe I
Yeah.
should.
歌劇場とは無縁だったのだろう。他に何か聞きたいことはあるか？
Nope. Can I like choose not to ask this?
あの時、法廷では原始大会の水って犯罪組織から呼ばれてたけど、あれって結局何なんだ？
うむ。
Do I literally have to ask him all of these questions? Instead of just be like, yeah, I can just go to someone else's
その概念にたどり着いた
some
のだろう。
wiki page and read all about this.
かつて特殊な海
My
が
own
存在
pace.
していた。
Dang!
その水は我々の知っている現在の海とは違う。テイワットの生命の大部分はかの海に由来するものだ。
だから原始大会って名前なのか。文字
そして今、原始大海はもはや星の表面に存在しない。バシェたちが見つけたのは、おそらく特殊な例に当てはまるものか、古代の遺物だろう。
なるほど。
I have a bad feeling about that one. And I only have Spotify and YouTube. I'm not signed up for Nebula yet, but I should pay off my GPU first. Understandable! Pay off your GPU. That's a good plan. I'm so glad I could buy my GPU all at once. It's very good. It's very good. I was very happy with my new GPU because it was tortured with my previous one at some point. I actually ended up not going with Nvidia when I couldn't buy the 4070 that I was planning buying first.
海面が上昇し、人々は海に溶けていく。
I ended up switching over to AMD and honestly, I don't think I want to switch back.
フォンテーヌ人の罪は洗い流され。
Like I for sure miss some functions that I no longer have access with this GPU due to them being NVIDIA specific. However, I feel like it wasn't as bad as I imagined.
もはやこの予言は無視できないものになってい
I
ると私
upgraded
は
from a
思う。
1080
この予
to
言は
4070 Ti. Oh my god, that's so nice. I wanted to buy the 4070 Ti
先代の
Super.
水人が残した予言だったのか
That's the one I was trying to get. But then they didn't get.
今、
Then we're like, oh,
海が
we're
上
not
昇する
actually
ことと
selling this
フォン
anymore.
テーヌ人が
So
溶け
it's
るこ
like
と。
out of stock
その二つ
and
が
we're
現
not
実とな
going
っ
to
た。
get any more stock.
警戒
So
を
we
強め
have
て、
decided to
他の兆
cancel
し
your
に注意
order.
すべきだろう。
We apologize.
そういえば、
And I
フ
was
リー
like,
ナは
God
ずっと
damn
この
it.
予言を気
And
に
then I
かけてい
bought
た。
the.
ヘイワットの各地から情報を集めていたこと
What
には
was it? Like, I
噂が
bought
事
an
実であれ
older
ば、
AMD,
これ
but
がお
not
そら
like
く
super
仙
old,
台
like
水
the
人が
last
フリーナ
gen.
に与えた難題となるからであろう。
でも
Like, not the current gen, but like the one before.
本当に頼りになるのか
7900 XT.
他に
I
何か
think.
聞きたいことはあるか
Yeah. So I have like 20 gigabytes of RAM. I wanted to buy the 24 gigabytes because the more RAM, the better. Or VRAM. I mean, not RAM, just VRAM.
すま
But
ない
yeah.
調査の
I
結
have
果はま
forced
だ
myself into this stream. Chat is out of control in Dogger
有
stream.
識が無意味
Oh
な
my
判決を
god!
出すと
You
は
know what,
依然
Femsi?
として私は思っている
Femsi? Yeah, we have some very funny news for
自
you.
身は無罪って言って
We're going to raid Dogger soon
長い歳月を経る中
because it's our
有
birthday
識もた
stream.
だ機械的に私の判決を
And
ただ
read the
繰り返しているわけではないと分かった
Yeah.
神によっ
Well,
て作ら
VRAM
れた
is
マ
so
シナリーと
painful
して
for a lot of stuff.
あれは民
Yeah,
衆の
I
正
used
義へ
to
の
have
信仰を束ねている強大な立証混合
And
エネルギー
before
を生
that,
み出す
I
だけ
had
でな
like
く
8.
自己意識の
And
よ
I
うな
was
もの
trying
を
to
備え
like
ている
get
可能
the
性が高い
16 VRAM.
それゆえ
But like if
今回のように判決に齟齬が生じ
AMD
るこ
just
とは
offers
当
basically
の
the
昔より確保
double
がで
the
きていた
amount of VRAM. I might as well get as much as I can because like the problem was for me that the Sapphire brand
そのようなこ
didn't
とがあった
have
のか
3 display
それ
port
こそ
ports.
まさに私の判断を裏付
I
けるも
use
のになるか
DisplayPort
もしれない
cable on, and I have 3 screens.
その
I
件も
need
調査の対象
3
としよう
DisplayPort cable
だが何にせ
and
よ
only a single
有識の判
HDMI
決に
if I
は
want to
何か
add
しらの
a
理由が
VR,
存在する
VR
のだと
headset.
私は思う
I do not currently have a VR headset, but I do want to
ま
get
だ
one in
何
the
か手が
future.
かりが足りないのだろ
So I need 3
うあの時のフリーナの
DisplayPorts.
反応から察するに彼女も
And
見
the
当がついていない
graphics
は
card
ずだ
they had was
でなければ
2 DisplayPort
お得意の
ports
縛りで
and
見栄を張る必要もないからな
2
この件
HDMI
の調査
ports.
は
And that was
決
just
して諦めないと約
God
束しよ
damn
う
it, why?
真相を明らかにするまで
They have a
申し
partial
訳ないが
driver for CUDA
あのファデ
already.
ュイの
Wait,
執
what?
行官にはメロピレ要塞に
What?
とどまってもらうことになるもし本当に冤罪であった場合には
I need a new
必ずや
display
最大
stand and
限
new
の保証を
cables.
させてもらうつもりだ
But I heard you shouted out, Dogu.
最も望んでる保証って多
They're
分お
on
前と
about
思いっきり
gooning?
喧嘩することだとオイラは思う
Are we
よ
doing like the gooning where you
他に
take
何か聞きた
like
い
a
ことはある
bunch
か
of wine, you hang it on a like what's it called? Like a no, that's not what I
う
want.
むこの
You
星には
hang it on like a clothes
カッテルワッ
hanger,
トの
like for drying
そして
clothes.
今
And
私
then
た
you
ちが見つけた
spin
の
it.
はおそらく
And
特殊な例に当て
where
はまるもの
the
か
wine
古代の遺
like
物
bag because
生
you
命
use
を
like
想像し
bag
これは実のところ他に
instead
何
of
か
like a bottle. Where the wine bag lands, the ones
そうか
closest to it have to
君の
drink
疑問を
it.
解くことができて光
Are
栄
we
だ
doing that one? Are we doing
君
that
との
one?
交流は実に
I
楽し
don't
いも
think
の
they
だった
meant
よ
that. What
私
the
は
fuck
しばし
are they talking about?
ここの静けさをかみしめてから
I don't know though.
パレメルモニアに戻るとしよ
I forgot what it's called, but
や
it's
っぱり
something goon
ヌビレ
or
ットって
something
忙しいん
goon.
だな
Huh? What are we talking
て
about?
っきりここに来たのは休みだからだと思ったぜ
う罪悪に休暇などないからな正義も休む暇などないのだ
Like
審判官
the
というのは
Australian
そう
goon
いった
sack.
仕事だ
そっか確かに
Australian
お前の言う
gooning.
通りだな
Just got back from the bathroom, so I'm lost. Yeah, we're talking about Australian gooning when you take like a wine bag, which is called a goon in Australia. You hang it on a clothes rack, the one that you can spin. You spin the clothes rack, and eventually the bag will fall down onto the ground, and the one that is closest to it has to drink it. Australian goon. Finally, my free intertwined fate. And let's see how many I have. I have 7. Guys, should I do 7 pulls before I raid Good Doggo? Just real quick. Oh, it sounded like some other type of gooning. Nah. Doggo also asked if she was gooning material. I don't think she's a bag of wine, so no. Sure, do it. Yeah, get food. Get the Scoffier! Imagine if I actually got her, though. It would be great. No, I'm not doing this one right now. I'm tired. Sorry. I'm rejecting the Meow Twister. Chat is bad luck. Don't gamba that little stream. Shh. Shh. I will gamba. I might get Lila. I need Lila, okay? Not know what gooning material. I just explained what Australian gooning is. Of course I know. Are you poking me? Lila? Yeah! Guys, I finally got my C6 Lila. Now gooning also means something else. Sure. Sure it does. Sure, I totally believe you. Yeah. Okay, just one last. This is the last one. Imagine if I actually got it. That's not gonna happen. But we can pray. Please. Please, Hoyoverse, please be kind to me. You already took, like, the maximum. I've already maxed out multiple times. Please, just let me have one without reaching hard pity. Please. Or without being super close to hard pity. Darn. I don't think I can buy any. No, I don't have enough. But. Oh, that's so satisfying. Like, get dang. Look at this. I am so happy with my Lila. I is happy. Gooning, edging, sometimes also referred to as gooning or surfing. Surfing is a sexual technique whereby an organ is controlled that is delayed or prevented. It is practiced alone or with a partner, involves the maintenance of a high level of sexual arousal for an extended period without climax. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No. No. Imagine if it showed the entire constellation if maxed out. What do you mean? It does. I will not apologize. Now, why did you read it? I do not know. I shouldn't have. Hi, Retrofire! This is your first message! Is this the first message I read after joining for the first time? I do not know! And I feel bad for you. You came in, and you got to read that, and I learned something today, and I didn't have to learn that. And I blame Maestro, and Maestro is, for now and always gonna be called Mom. It's just Mom now, okay? Mom? That's your punishment. You got to be Mom. Okay. I just love it, to be honest. Also, I'm so sorry. You're hopping in right at the end. I was just doing, like, the polls that I could afford. I cannot swipe and buy more, otherwise I kind of would. I want the Scoffier, but, I was actually going to go raid Good Doggo. I still want to apologize. Now it's fault. What do you mean it's my fault? What do you mean it's my fault? Screw you. Now I didn't even know what else came from. Shut up. Shut up. I am going to prepare to raid. I dropped the follow after you got the shout at either TB or Terry stream. I can't remember, to be honest. Oh, thank you. Hiyo. Hiyo, Atari. Hey, Atari, stay for a little bit. Stay for a little bit. We're going to go raid, and then you get your raid points. Because we're gonna raid Good Doggo, who's having her birthday stream. Unless she's still alive, right? Let me check. She is still alive. She is still playing. Heck yes, she's playing Cult of the Lamb. Let's go give her a really good birthday stream. Okay. And also now you're forever known as a dog. No. Anyway, everyone, I'm gonna say happy birthday then dip. That is fair. That is fair. Everyone can be tired and stuff. By the way, now, quick check in game. What do you mean, check in game? You bloody bastard! Fuck you. God damn it. Let me find Good Doggo so we can raid her. In my little auto raid thingy-majiggy. There we go! Good Doggo! Everyone, get ready to raid. And today's... I have already set up, so it's going to say like the usual raid message. But just for today, ignore those. The raid message is gonna be birthday raid, okay? Happy birthday raid. So, give her a really good happy birthday. Why is now hiding in the bushes? I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, getting ready, preparing. Please. There we go. Ready to raid. Now remember to eat well, sleep well, game on, and I'll see y'all next time. Perhaps when it's my birthday stream next week, on Friday. Bye-bye!